Hi. I'm Ames. This is my favorite category. Proud any percent. Rico's here with me. I'm
Okay.
very happy to have you 'cause you're a great
Yep.
commentator.
I don't run this game yet, but it is my favorite video game of all time. I watch the speedrun probably an unhealthily large amount. And I do a lot of like KH2 rando, so I do have some knowledge of like the tech and stuff, and I'm very happy to be here commentating.
Thank you so much.
No
So can
problem.
I like start? 'Cause
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh, yeah.
All right. We're gonna have to sit here for a few minutes because you can't skip this intro on console. I prefer to run on console. There's console, PC, and Xbox. PC, you can skip the intro, and it's also in-game time. There's also a mod to make like this RNG part towards the middle of the run less annoying. So yeah, and this one uses sword route. Beginner any percent, which is the most popular category, uses staff because magic is like really overpowered in this game. So
Yeah, the on lower difficulties, the magic buff is very important because you get an extra MP, and that's how magic scales in this game. On higher difficulties, your attack strength is a bit more important. So, Proud and I believe Standard also uses sword instead of the rod.
yeah, it does. Yeah, and also Japanese is faster by about like 20-ish seconds. It's because of the text box mashing. Like a lot of speed games, just like they go by faster with the Japanese characters. But there is like a glitch in English that like kind of mitigates the difference a bit. Although Japanese is like faster in the end.
Yeah, the text speed is just that much faster because unlike later games like Kingdom Hearts 2, any cutscene that's like a text bubble, you can't skip those like you can the normal cutscenes, which they added in the HD version of this game. Um, so just the Japanese text moving much quicker and being much shorter really adds up, and even with that 30-second time save in the English version, it's still just a little bit slower.
Yeah, and I honestly don't mind having to sit through this intro. This song is a bop. I'm
It's
never
so
gonna
good.
get tired of it. People always ask me like when they see how many like attempts I've done, like, are you sick of it? And absolutely not. No, never. I still have it on all my playlists. So.
Yeah. That kind of
Alright.
reminds me like they're like one of my speed games, Crash Twinsanity. The first level is a notorious reset point, and before I learned it, everybody was telling me, "Oh, you'll get so sick of the main theme of the game," and it's been like 3 years, and I'm still not tired of it.
Right?
Yeah.
And I like the Japanese version better, honestly.
Yeah, especially like this remix, it's very good in Japanese.
Alright. I'm excited. Very excited. Oh, wait, we have a donation to read?
I could read it out now if you'd like.
Absolutely. There's still like 30-ish more seconds for it to go.
Lovely. Then I can tell you it's $5 from Marathon Man saying, "Good luck, ayaya. Best of luck to Ames on running one of the most deceptively difficult speedruns I have ever seen. Be sure to show Hook and Dragon Mal that this ain't a game anymore. Can't wait to see our main man Mushu in action. The Slay era has officially begun." And with that, back to you.
Yeah, so I mentioned that this is proud. There's 4 difficulties. This is like the second hardest. It is pretty difficult, but my PB does have no unintended deaths. Because I'm pretty nervous and it's my first marathon run, I may die a couple times here, but I did prepare a ton, and this game isn't prone to crashing much, but I have like a ton of saves anyway, just in case something would happen.
Yeah, Proud mode is again it's the second hardest difficulty. There's beginner, standard, proud, and proud level 1. In proud mode, you take I believe twice the amount of damage that you would on standard. So Sora is a lot more fragile in this category, and in a lot of later boss fights especially, you can very easily just take a straight hit and just die immediately.
Yeah, you get like two-shot a lot in like the end, like second half part of this. There's even some like earlier parts where you can get like two-shot. It depends on what attack the enemy is doing. Like there's these monkey enemies kind of early on, and if they do a jump attack, it's a two-shot. It is really scary. All right, we have another donation. We can read this. I'm just examining this door, like kind of opening a chest and stuff. Tutorial things.
All right, well, I can read that out for you as well. This one's $10 from Steven saying, Kingdom Hearts is one of my favorite series, so I'm glad to make my first donation to this event during it. That money is going towards the Sonic Frontiers any % true ending, and if I refresh my page over here, we are now at $256.20 out of 2,000, so we're well on our way towards that. And we are also well on our way towards the big $50,000. So I imagine everybody here will be really excited if we hit that during this run.
Yes,
so,
please.
I do have one more donation that just came in. Do you want to read that?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, it's $10 from Lock83 saying, let's go Ames, excited to see you running this here. But yeah, that's all I got for you. Back to you, Ames.
All right, so those text boxes, basically, I just choose the first options because that means I'll level up faster throughout the run. And since it's a speed run, yeah, you want to level up as soon as possible. Here, they jump in and I just walk backwards and do a ground combo, try to jump towards the save point a bit early. And you don't have to do what I'm about to do here with the camera. I just obsessively, like, I prefer the reverse horizontal camera. Like, if there's an option in the game to do that, I will. But it's only like a second time loss, and a bunch of runners do that if they prefer it.
Yeah, it's convenience, and like there's no way the run is optimized to the point where that second is going to make the biggest difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. With air combos and ground combos, you'll definitely see a lot of air combos in this entire run, just because Sora attacks much faster. And here's an intentional death. You take enough damage in Proud mode where it's faster to just like intentionally lose this fight. There's a handful of fights in the game where you can lose and the story progresses anyway, and that is one of them.
Yeah, there's one that isn't a boss. It's like escaping from a level, and I like die by like getting myself hit by rocks. It's really funny. I actually like enjoy that part. But now this is kind of a tutorial part again. I'm just collecting a log, a cloth, a rope for Kairi to move on from this like day 1 to day 2 of Destiny Islands.
Yeah, so in the plot at the beginning of the game, Sora, Riku, and Kairi are looking to build a raft to escape from their island home and travel the various worlds. So on this first day, again, it's this like tutorial to get yourself used to the mechanics. You can fight all of these characters if you want, but no point in the speedrun. But otherwise, you're just
smacking the air there.
Yeah, you're just like collecting all the. Today, you collect the parts for the raft. So like the cloth for the sail, rope, logs, etc.
And she's gonna give me, I believe, a high potion as a reward, and I'm gonna sell that later on for some important stuff to speed up gummy missions.
Another thing with the text smashing is that Ames is actually pressing circle and triangle, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, so circle is, in the Japanese version, circle is the confirm button and X is jump, which if you're used to the international version, that's reversed. But mashing triangle also speeds up how text goes.
Yeah, this is just some cutscene skips. Now it's time for the food. Oh, gotta grab this fish.
So it's 2 fish, a coconut, seagull egg, and 3 mushrooms?
Yeah, I think it's 3 mushrooms. Yes, 3 mushrooms. Look at him stretching. Oh, we have a donation ready. I'm just gonna be grabbing the mushroom and skipping a cutscene, so that's a good time to read it.
All right, so here's $20 from Dorovan saying, Kingdom Hearts was my very first PS2 game I played with my cousin. Keep all the good work you're all doing. So yeah, thank you very much, Dorovan. That's going towards the left-hand percent incentive, which is now, another quick refresh on that, $70 out of 500. So we're well on our way towards that as well. But thank you.
This is a seagull egg, and I hit this tree here because like it's really rare. But one of the two coconuts you want to grab, sometimes it'll drop like the yellow coconut that you can collect. It's called like task coconut. I don't know why.
Probably because it's like the optimal coconut.
Yeah, exactly. But I normally don't get it, so I just get the two coconuts from the other trees. And now I get to race Riku, and there's actually a really easy way to do this, like just walking around, because when you're far away from him, he'll start walking because he's a show-off and he's mean. And I prefer to take like the faster way, the zip line. It's not that hard. Like I would recommend like anyone like starting off like doing it this way. Sorry if I accidentally hum sometimes. I hum a lot. Like, I love this soundtrack.
Music is like,
it's addicting.
if this isn't like my favorite soundtrack in any video game, it's in the top 3. It's so good.
I can tell you with a soundtrack like that, nobody would blame you for doing that at all.
And oh, there's another donation. This is a good time to read it.
Sounds good. It is $10 from Corrupted Light, and I can tell you the love is pouring in here. This donation says, "Hello, Ames. I'm so excited to see you run this game at ESA. I've watched you play and go through the ringer of this game's wrath. Good luck and enjoy every moment."
I already am enjoying it. Thank you, Corrupted. Thank you so much.
Yeah, fortunately, like this like early game with the Destiny Islands tutorial, and then even like a little bit of like the next world is pretty slow pace. So there's a lot of downtime for like any donations coming in. Like around like after the second world, things will really start to pick up.
Yeah, it's really just this part and some gummy missions. That's like, yeah, there's a lot of time to read donations. And I like switched my lock on to see if like one's gonna air. There we go. It's kind of like RNG, like when the yellow ones are gonna drop. I think I accidentally despawned one there though. Can't really tell. But that's okay. And now, when I talked to Kairi, she gave me the water jug. I'm grabbing this water. And when I beat Riku, I believe it's a pretty stone, and that's another thing that I sell later on.
Yeah, that's actually why it's, for story purposes, you can lose the Riku race, but for the run, it's very important you win because of the pretty stone. Like, money routing is very important in this run.
Yes, but if you do lose on accident, there is this chest in the tent in Deep Jungle that you can grab and sell what's in there, and that kind of like makes up for it. This is a lot of scene skips, so donation time.
Donation time indeed. Here is $20 from, I hope I'm not butchering this. I'll say it the way I think it's intended to be said, La Dolphin. And it says, "Hi ESA and Ames, so awesome to see my favorite runner in a marathon. I lost my grandmother to Alzheimer's a few years back, so thanks for contributing to a great cause, and good luck on the run."
Thank you so much, Dolphin. I appreciate that. They've been in like my chat, a part of my community for so long. They're so sweet and supportive, and thank you so much for donating.
So this is the part of the game where this is the end of the tutorial. The Heartless, which are the main enemy of this game, basically the embodiments of darkness, they attack and destroy the Destiny Islands, and Sora gets the Keyblade, which is the primary weapon of the game.
And now this is a dark side boss, just like the one I just died to, except I don't death abuse to him.
Yeah, you have to actually win this one. It's the first fight that is mandatory to win to progress.
Yeah.
So again, you're going to see a lot of air combos here.
Okay, I didn't get that double parry at the end, which is ideal, but that's fine. Okay, good. I got some crits on my finishers.
Going for the hug.
Yeah, he wants to hug me, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, every little like orb that Ames reflected gave her a tech point, which is a little bit of extra experience. That was a mechanic they had in Kingdom Hearts 1, and it's not in Kingdom Hearts 2, and I don't know if it's in any later game. It's just like a neat thing that rewards you for properly timing your attacks. But yeah, this is the second world, Traverse Town. It's a bit of an extension of the tutorial, but overall it's like, this is kind of like your central hub for the remainder of the game.
Yep, exactly. And I just have to kill 5 shadows here, and then Leon will spawn, who is the next guy I want to die to.
Yeah,
Proud.
the game kind of like encourages you to walk around because when Ames reached the door for the second district, Sora was like, I should like there's gotta be something here I can do, and it points to the accessory shop, which is where you're supposed to go, and the fastest way to progress is to again kill 5 Heartless. But what the game wants you to do is like kind of walk around, and every time you walk into a building, Donald and Goofy walk out elsewhere and like, where's the key? But killing 5 Heartless and just walking in here progresses the story.
And for Leon, there's 2 attacks he can do. He can like jump towards me, and then I attack him a bit to like bait out his attack, or he'll immediately shoot a fireball, and I just want to like jump into that. That's like better RNG. Okay, here we go. He wants to fight. He's mad. Perfect.
So Leon is another one of those intentional deaths. It's just much faster. Also, we're not watching this cutscene just for the sake of it. You cannot skip it until Riku opens his eyes.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know why it's this way. Next is guard armor. I actually really like this boss, although it can be a bit rough because you don't have a dodge roll yet. So when guard armor is attacking me, I'm like doing jumps to avoid getting hit. And I want to grab this elixir item. All the elixirs throughout this route are like really important because I need 6 for the final fights, and there's other bosses like in Hollow Bastion that I need to use elixirs for.
Yeah.
So as long as I don't accidentally waste one, that's fine.
She also had to talk to Yuffie there because Yuffie tells you like the Keyblade can unlock all sorts of locks, and that's how you were able to open that chest. Because Sora couldn't figure out for himself that the giant key would work in the keyhole. But I'm just gonna be a bit of a music nerd right here. I love this song because it's in the 5/4 time signature, and I'm just a sucker for a regular time signature like that.
So before guard armor though, there's a bit of like soldiers I gotta fight. So if I hit triangle, it makes my party be aggressive, and I hit triangle at the start of this because I want Donald to shoot fires, which he is doing. A couple of those are missing. Okay, I'm using this potion.
Yeah, so this is the first fight where you have Donald and Goofy in your party. This is where they meet.
Ah, yes, I purposefully jumped over to that because I wanted it. Okay, and then I want to parry. Good, and I need to knock him back like that. Attack this foot. Switch to the other foot and just go crazy, go stupid on that. Jump, avoid it. He's gonna knock down now. I switch to the hand. These combos have to be low. You want to kill this hand first. Maybe 1-2 hits on that. Then this foot. You don't want like to kill the other hand before like killing the foot. It's weird, like the order.
It's a good sign of just like how well routed these fights have been. Like the strats are pretty crazy.
Okay, that hand died pretty fast. I'm happy about that. Okay, so he's invincible now. I'm just like attacking him for fun while he's in the air. Okay.
Nice.
He's a little scary. Oh, we have a donation. This is a good time to read it.
Sounds good. Here's $50 from JackX102 saying, Go Reina Rapida. Good luck. Kingdom Hearts is the best. We also have a $5 donation from Grusel Gurki saying, I'm glad so many great speedrunners get together at such a great event for an amazing cause. Thank you both for your donations, and remember, when you're donating, you can always put your donation towards one of the upcoming incentives for some lovely extra content during this ESA. Ames and Rico, back to you.
Oh my god, thank you so much for those donations. I recognize those names from my community. They're very supportive, very kind. Thank you for supporting the charity. During that last fight, Goofy has an ether, and hopefully he didn't use it during guard armor. Oh, I love you, Goofy. You're my best friend. I swear to God. Brave Warrior, that's gonna increase my strength and HP by a little bit, and now I have dodge roll, which will make it easier to avoid dying.
Dodge roll is also going to be the primary movement tech for this run. It's a little faster than just running constantly, and it does actually require some timing compared to just mashing it.
Yeah, it's better to time it. Same with air combos. When I started running this, I was mashing it, but eventually yeah, more efficient to time them. And I want to, like, that's all just extra armor on my gummy ship. It makes it way slower, so I just have the base thing. The gun is called, like, Thunder G, and then the engine is Fire G, and it makes me go faster.
It's an absolute work of art. My
Beautiful.
favorite gummy ship. Yeah, so like there will be parts later in the run where like we upgrade the gummy ship a bit more, but really just having the absolute bare minimum, it reduces your health to nothing, but ideally you're not going to get hit.
Yeah.
And you just want the speed to make these gummy missions go by a lot quicker. Another thing we got at the end of the guard armor fight along with dodge roll was fire, which is our first
Yeah.
magic, and that will definitely come up a lot in the run.
Yeah, that's very important. Also, just a little fun fact. In beginner, you can sit in a corner here and you're totally safe. But in Proud, you have to pay attention during the gummy missions because if you just like are absent-minded, you'll like die in like one hit to something. So, oh, we have a donation. This is a perfect time for it.
Sounds good. Here is $10 from La Voyelle, presented without context, saying, hubby. And that's it. I imagine.
Thank you so much, Lavoy. Oh my god.
I actually know that. I understand that the reference.
Very good, very good.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. That was funny. That made me laugh.
Yeah, these gummy missions are largely just auto-scrollers outside of the speeding them up by just no armor. And there are several of them in the run, so there will be a lot of downtime between worlds. These gummy missions in Kingdom Hearts 1 aren't really as well liked as 2 and 3. I personally like them the most. I think there's like a unique charm to actually seeing yourself travel to the next world compared to KH2 where they're just rail shooters.
Yeah, it's really kind of like, I mean, I don't know the exact term, like it's the 1 and 2, they're like pretty good, but they're praised a ton, but it's really just an auto-scroller, I thought, or something like that.
They're all like auto-scrollers in every.
It's not like that.
I think like in KH3 there's a bit more nuance to it, but in 1 and 2 they're definitely auto-scrollers.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3, I like those gummy missions. Only played that game once, but I did enjoy those gummy missions.
A little like minor difference between console and PC is that when we first entered that bizarre room, Aim skipped a cutscene that shows the rabbit running through the door. You can't skip that cutscene on PC, and we don't know why.
Yeah, I didn't know that until recently.
Yeah, so if you like watch a PC run, you'll just watch the rabbit like run through the door.
And here on beginner, I would shoot fires because it would be faster to kill those guys in one hit. I try to stay close to the grass there. I'm spamming triangle because when I'm not soft locked or hard locked onto an enemy, the triangle, instead of making them aggro, it'll bring them towards me, and I want to despawn those guys. Grab the evidence. I actually don't need to dodge roll like on top of that like mushroom and lily pad that long. I just did that for safety because sometimes like a shadow will stick around for longer. And now is the Crank Tower fight. It has a really weird HP bar, and ideally I will pick the one that drops first. I don't know which one it was. I'm blind.
It might have been far right.
That's the one I always like pick, anyways. Like I swear. When in doubt, I just go with the far
No.
right. Okay.
Our friends have betrayed
God.
us.
I put my friends in jail.
Yeah, so like
I'm a
there's
snitch.
supposed to be 4 bits of evidence. You only need 1 to progress. But if you find all 4 for one, you get the next magic spell early, and you're more likely to reveal a Heartless, which means you'll have both of your party members for this fight. But it's much faster to just get the evidence at the very beginning of the forest and just come back. Which sometimes you just have to do this by yourself.
Yeah.
The Crank Tower is really weird. It doesn't have like a conventional health bar, so you don't want to like do really fast combos on it. You just want to hit it in like a certain way.
Yeah, that was scary because I think Goofy had some potions that he could use on me. And I think Donald had some too. So if I accidentally go critical there, they can use it. I'm so sad that I put them in jail.
Okay, they're free now.
Yeah, it's okay. They'll forgive me.
Yeah, one thing to note with when Ames was grabbing the evidence in Kingdom Hearts 1, if you're in a battle, you cannot open any chests or interact with anything in the environment. So a lot of this run is knowing how to like despawn enemies when possible, or just like quickly win some fights. So that'll definitely come up a lot in the run. You'll see situations where so the Heartless will spawn and she'll just immediately go into a corner and try to call Donald and Goofy to just make them go away.
And now I just want to spawn the Cheshire Cat a few times, and then I can fight the final boss for this level. I like how quick Wonderland is.
Yeah, this room is the epitome of the floor is lava. If you touch the floor at all, the Heartless spawn. So the
Yeah.
key here is to not do that, and then land on the side, and right when you get to the switch to open the next area, you have a very brief moment to open the door before the Heartless spawn, like that.
Yeah, a lot of people jump there and then spam triangle. I prefer to do 2 dodge rolls. I don't know why, but I think jumping is actually a bit safer, but dodge rolling twice just feels more natural to me, because there's another spot where I dodge roll twice and I'm spamming like triangle at the end for a trick. And Trickmaster is a bully, but I'm gonna shoot a fire, jump forwards, do a full combo, it'll knock him down, and then I do 2 more combos. It's basically a lot of combos and fires. And I want to knock him down as much as I can. I don't want him to go over to the stove over there. I don't want him to start cooking, that would be very bad.
We do not want to let him cook.
No, don't let him cook. That's the strat, don't let him
Yeah.
cook.
Yeah. Yeah, if he does go to the stove, the 2 batons he's holding will catch fire, and then he can launch fireballs at you. The hitbox on Trickmaster is very awkward. You can only hit him in the center. You're supposed to use the table and the chair to reach him, but oftentimes you can just jump and barely hit him.
I'm gonna call for my party to be a bit aggressive, because he's scaring me. And I'm gonna use a potion, because why not? It's nice to have 2 for Power Wilds, because they're scary too. Oh wow, that was mean. I don't appreciate that. Oh my god, Goofy's voice is so funny to me.
I love Goofy in the Japanese version.
Right?
There's like one line where it just sounds like he's screaming chocolate phone, and I cannot unhear it whenever I watch this game.
Ouch. That was a nice buffer. Okay,
Yeah,
he's dead.
that fight is scary. Like,
Very scary. Normally when he's like swinging around like that after I like accidentally light his bat on fire, when I play this game normally I go really aggressive. That's just like how I prefer to play, but yeah, I didn't want to risk dying there. So, oh, there's 2 donations pending. I'm just basically getting Blizzard as a reward for this fight, and so yeah, you can read those now.
All right, so here is, first of all, $20 from Camel saying, "Greetings from Germany. Good luck on the run. Hopefully, no bathroom breaks. Shout out to TBB, The Boys, Jackery, and my good friend and ally, 97 Ames. Praying for the Pog Centipede."
Oh yeah, I love Pog Centipede. POG Pog Centipede, because it's the best fight in the entire run. I get really excited. I wake up every morning really excited to fight Pog Centipede.
Shall I read the other donation as well?
Yes, go right ahead.
All right, so here's $10 from Scythy Shade. I think I pronounced that correctly. And they're saying, "Let's go, Ames. So much fun watching your stream over the past 6 months, and super excited to see this run in the marathon. I know how hard you've pushed the category, and you're gonna do great. And you're doing fantastic already, if I do say so myself. So, thank you for the donations. Ames and Rico, back to you."
Thank you so much, Sid the Shade. Honestly, the person who has like pushed this category the most is Missmaster 1 and like Violin. They've been like grinding it a ton on PC in the past year in like 2022. Violin actually made a really great tutorial for Proud Any Percent. It's like super useful, and I ran this years ago and took a long break, and the route has definitely changed, but a lot of it still looks the same. But if anyone is interested in running this, would try to find that, because yeah, he put a lot of effort into it.
yeah, so at the end of Wonderland, 2 things of importance were received. First was Blizzard, which is a very nice like spread magic that will be useful for dealing with mobs throughout a good portion of this run. The other thing is the Navi Gummy piece. So there's 3 worlds besides Traverse Town that you can do in this first section of the game. There's Wonderland, Deep Jungle, and Olympus Coliseum. And Wonderland and Deep Jungle have the Navi Gummy piece that you need both of them to progress to the next set of worlds. Olympus Coliseum is actually completely optional, so we won't be seeing it.
Yeah, you only go there in Proud Level 1 because you get Thunder there, and Thunder is just that useful and important. And here I death abuse again to Sabor. Please hit me. Oh, yay, that's the faster pattern. Yay!
The boar danger.
Here's just some cutscene skips. I see there's another donation if you want to read that.
Well, I have two donations here, two $5 donations, both from Brennan Snyder. But in order to avoid any sort of unnecessary emotional distress, I'll just kind of combine the comments into one.
Awesome.
And I will
Love
say, good luck in your run. I'm watching this with my dad as he is in the hospital getting hair surgery. Nothing serious. Please don't be alarmed. So the run is keeping Brennan strong, and of course they're wishing good luck, Ames.
I have known Brennan since the second grade. Sorry, that's just why I'm making faces. That's just, I'm so happy he donated. Thank you, Brennan. One of my oldest and closest friends.
Yeah, so right here at the encampment, Ames collected 6 slides. They're required to progress to the next part after this cutscene.
And then I just talked to Jane. Oh, that's the chest, by the way, that if you lose to Riku, just open that and you can sell it later on in Traverse Town and your money will be good. Even the way the route is now, sometimes before I buy the gummy pieces, I don't have enough money, but you can just like sell extraneous gummy pieces that you have to make up for it, because you just need $12.50, and if you're short, you're like $12.40 or something like that. And this is save warping. Before, like on PS3 with like really long loads, I wasn't around for that era. You would do like this hippo hop strat to get to where I'm about to go. I prefer save warping though.
Yeah, that's a very important thing to touch on, is the differences between every version of 1.5. The PS3 version was an improvement over the original Final Mix in the sense that you could actually skip cutscenes. Whereas in Final Mix, you could only skip them after you watched them once, which was not useful. So on PS3, you could skip cutscenes, but the loads were very, very long. So a lot of these save just weren't worth it because the loads would be too long. PS4 dramatically improved the loads to the point that save warping is just used so much now. And then PS5 improves the loads even further. So for console, PS5 is like the fast version.
Oh, and there's Sabor again, don't have to fight him. Now we just fight a bunch of mobs of Power Wilds. They're very annoying. Because I use both my potions on Trickmaster, these guys actually kind of hurt, so if I die, it's not that big of a deal, because you just like spawn in the same room like where they were. Like, it's like, yeah, one of the smallest time losses, like if you take a death, but that probably won't happen anyways. Oh, we have another donation to read. I'm just gonna be save warping, so now's a good time.
Sounds good. It's $40 from our previous runner, Cookie Navel, saying $5 for every perfect relic I didn't get in my run. Good luck, Ames. Wonderful to see the KH1 grind paying off. You make Proud Mode look easier than beginner.
Oh my god, thank
High
you, Cookie.
praise.
I love you. That's definitely not true, but Cookie is amazing.
So Deep Jungle is notorious for being a lot of like going back and forth in the world, because after the Heartless finally spawn in this world, you have to go to each area and clear them out to save these gorillas, who then stare at you very blankly and give you a gummy block. It's a very...
Their way of saying thank you.
yeah.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. If you don't have any blizzards, is the best way to kill them. If they already got hit by a blizzard, it's just actually one combo. And because I want to have MP for this next part, that's why I'm using physical hits. I saved my ether before the very last mob. And yes, okay, so that's just a little like movement thing that you don't have to do and a lot of people don't do, but I think is cool, so it's faster. And now I'll use my ether. If I had like maybe one more MP there, I could have maybe killed them a bit faster, but yeah, sometimes there's just one guy left over. I walk forward, hit this guy 3 times, I go backwards, I spam triangle to bring my party back and to like bring the Power Wilds towards me, and then that just leaves 1. And fire, there we go. Alright, now I fight Sabor, but I don't want to die to him, ideally. I'm going to refill my MP first, though. I have to watch this cutscene that's about to play anyways.
Yeah, you have to come into the tent as well to trigger this cutscene, which then triggers the Sabor fight and the final Sabor fight.
I go forward here, lock on, bring my party towards me with this hitbox is so low and so annoying. And he is mad at me. Thank you. Oh yeah, I messed with Tarzan's abilities earlier because Donald doesn't even have a heal yet, but Tarzan does. It's called Healing Herb, and then he has... Oh yeah, that was really scary. Just talking through it to cope, literally copium, but... yeah, he has this wind armor ability that's like an arrow protective ability. I take that off. The first two abilities aren't that important. I give him 2 crit pluses so that when I'm like spamming for him to attack like an enemy, he's doing more damage. Here I give myself White Fang. This is not really, like I equip Scan here. It's not that common. I just like to know when Clayton's about to die, like the next official boss, because he's kind of scary.
Yeah, so in Kingdom Hearts 1, Donald's magic is tied to the magic that Sora has. So because we only have Fire and Blizzard, that's all Donald has. But your temporary party members by world have abilities that give them certain magic. So that's why Tarzan has Cure, even though we do not yet.
Yay! That's just like 5 combos. I don't even know.
Yeah,
that,
it's like 15 hits and then the fruit just dies. It's a very strange part of the world.
And they're afraid of the fruit, I guess. Like, I don't know why they're huddled there. I forget the story.
They tell you, like,
What is
there's
this
something
game?
weird about that fruit, and that, I don't know, the fruit is the source of all evil in this world, I guess.
And I just want to check. Give that to me. Just in
Yeah,
case.
so jumping down here just puts us immediately in the arena where we're going to do the next boss fight, which is Clayton.
He's gonna yell. I just want to push him back. Accidentally hit that monkey, so I do another finisher combo because I don't want him to hit me. You can skip this one a bit faster. Dodge roll forward, jump up. 2 combos.
So yeah,
Jumps over
after
me.
a certain point, the fight transitions into the co-fight between Clayton and the Stealth Sneak. You actually only have to defeat Clayton in this fight, which is great because the Stealth Sneak has 3 bars of health, which is a lot for this early in the game. But yeah, the moment Clayton dies, the fight just ends.
Ow.
Yeah, still have to be aware of that laser beam attack that the Stealth Thief does. It will
There we
tear
go.
through your health. Very nice.
That got a little, yeah, that wasn't too slow, but I went for a safer strat there where I push him away. I actually, at the start, was trying to put him between like the Stealth Sneak and that loading zone. Yeah, that's like a faster strat, but I just wanted to be a bit careful.
Yeah, like even casually, that is a very scary early game fight, and in the run, it's no different.
And no heal yet, so.
Yeah, you get Cure from that fight. So we have it now, but we didn't have it before. Yeah, there's a little bit of platforming here.
I love this room. This is my favorite room in the game. I'm in love with it.
Pretty.
And this is a little platforming thing here. Oh yeah, I didn't have to grab it twice. I think I get a Trinity from this. Oh, we have a donation.
You get
to
the Red
read.
Trinity.
This is a good time to read a donation.
Yeah, it's a short and sweet one. It's $30 from Roma with no comment, but $10 of that is going towards the squats incentive for the FF7 Crisis Core Reunion run, which currently stands at $60 out of 2,000, and the other 20 is going towards the Sonic Frontiers True Ending, which is at $336 out of 2,000. So, good progress is being made, but if you keep those donations coming, we'll get both of those incentives and the $50,000 that I set out to achieve just a little bit earlier. But yeah, keep those donations coming. Ames and Rico, back to you.
Yes.
I believe in the squats.
Yeah, me too. Please donate.
Yeah, so a couple really important things that were received from Deep Jungle. Again, Cure, which will be very nice for the remainder of the run. Cure is very, very powerful in Kingdom Hearts 1 because it only costs 1 MP, as opposed to later games where it drains your entire bar. There was, drawing a blank, the Red Trinity, which we're going back to Traverse Town now, and the Red Trinity is needed to progress. And then the second Navigummy piece, which will allow us to unlock Agrabah, which will be the next world.
Oh yeah, and we also got Jungle King, which I equip before the next boss fight. Yeah, the next important boss fight in Agrabah.
Yeah, so most worlds give you a new Keyblade to equip, and they generally progressively increase in strength. So I believe the Jungle King is 2 strength stronger than the Kingdom Key.
Yeah.
The trade-off is that it doesn't deal criticals as much, but like the consistent strength is very nice. It also has a longer reach.
Yeah, I like how in this game, I think in other Kingdom Hearts games, the length of the Keyblade is like all the same. Like some of these are like way shorter. Like we get Wishing Star and Fairy Harp in this run. They're like much shorter than the others.
I think there are some Keyblades in 2 that have a differing length, but it's much more significant in 1 for sure.
Oh yeah, like Fairy Harp feels just like tiny.
There's a lot of like really minor stats that the game doesn't really tell you about that go into each Keyblade, like the length, crit rate, crit damage, along with the standard strength and magic. So there's a lot of very not like well-known depth to just how this game progresses.
All right. This is very riveting. I know these coming missions.
Yeah.
It's very exciting.
Yeah, this is just a particularly long session because we don't get the ability to warp drive until after this next visit to Traverse Town. And once we get that, going back to an older world is significantly faster. But for this portion, we just have to very slowly travel to Wonderland and then from Wonderland to Traverse Town.
Yeah.
And it's actually still faster than going through Olympus to Traverse Town, I believe.
Yeah, it is actually. Is there a donation? Okay, we have a donation to read. Now's a good time.
Indeed we do. Here is $10 from Sayans saying, Yo Ames, speaking on behalf of the community, that we are very proud of your accomplishments with this category and hope you have a blast
make me
this
cry,
week.
swear to God.
Good luck on the runs.
Thank you.
And that puts us $508 away from that big milestone of 50K. So, keep those donations coming. Back to you, folks.
Oh my God, Sayans is such an amazing runner. Like, he was one of the first people that like found my channel when I was first running beginner, and he gave me so many amazing tips. He's been like so encouraging. He even sent me, because I have a Japanese PS2, like 2 versions of this game, like 1J and like the final mix version of this in Japanese, and I can't wait to play it. I haven't yet. I'm kind of using, you know, after ESA, like a reward going home and playing those like casually, but yeah, he knows how much I love
Yeah, the original Japanese release of the game, like back in 2001, actually has a lot of very interesting differences from even the English release. Like a lot of enemies have like more health, and like there's only one difficulty mode. It's very neat. Yeah, so this Red Trinity is the thing we'd be able to skip if we were playing on English.
Ow.
This Red Nocturne's being a
Yeah,
jerk.
he's being mean.
Um,
It's okay, he's a hater, but I love my haters. It's okay.
Yeah, in the English version, for some reason, if that's the first Trinity you look at, the cutscene that plays that explains Trinity marks, Sora like clips into the grate, and then he can just like run forward, and then you play this cutscene early. And it just saves a little bit of time in routing.
Yeah, I should talk to him twice. Simba's going to be super useful. The Fairy Godmother has to activate it first, but it's used once in Agrabah, but it's mostly important at the very end. Like, the final rest would be very hard without
Yeah,
it.
Simba is the first summon in the game. There's 6 total. I don't think we get all of them, but of the 6 summons in the game, we make use of 3 of them to great effect. And Simba, I want to say, like, arguably the most useful, especially in like later fights. He's even in like Agrabah, he's really good for just clearing mobs.
And in Neverland for beginner as well, yeah.
Yeah. The other summons we'll see later on are Dumbo and Mushu. The ones that we do not use are Genie and Tinkerbell, and then the one we don't get at all is Bambi, because that requires beating the 100-acre wood, which is an optional world.
How? Okay, I'm glad that hit. Sometimes when that guy hits me, it's harder to do this like swag fire move, like shooting the fire as I drop down, so didn't get that. But that's okay, there's a cooler swag fire move in Agrabah that I prefer. And now Merlin's gonna do a little dance for us after this tech smashing. There's a lot of warping, like I'm gonna talk to him here, and then I'm going to go to Sid's accessory shop, and then, yeah, coming right back here after that.
I believe this is another case where the save warping is really nice because there's a save point here that you can take it to just go to the accessory shop without like traveling at all. Get the book from Sid, which you give to Merlin to progress the story. Whereas on PS3, I believe you just went to the accessory shop first. Or...
Yeah. Oh, we have a donation. Now's a good time. He's just gonna be introducing the fairy godmother is all, and she activates all the summons. Yeah.
Jolly good, jolly good. We have $15 from Guac saying, "Yo, Ames, so happy to see you at ESA. Always a joy to join in on the late night streams. Can't wait for house mode and all the craziness of late game. GG's on all your accomplishments, Pogies."
I love late game. Yeah, it is the best part. It's scary, but it's the best part. Thank you so much, Guac.
So you can see how quick these loads are. They're all like 2 seconds at most. On PS3, we'd be sitting here for like upwards of 10 or more. So it definitely saves a lot of time to just save warp instead of just traveling all the way back to Merlin's house after the accessory shop.
For some reason, like no matter how fast you mash, like these like text boxes will like just linger here for a bit. I still just try to keep the same tempo, but yeah, it annoys me. It's like a really small thing that annoys me.
I believe it's because this is a very plot-relevant text box. Sid's telling you to ring the clock tower 3 times, which is going to be very important for much later in the run. Finishing Traverse Town is a required world, but you actually have the option to do it much later. And that's ideal because then it's the fight that you have to do here goes by quicker because you're of a higher level. So we save it for after Neverland.
I have 1250. Oh yeah, by the way, I have 1250 money from all that I was selling. Thank God. I think some of that, like if I don't have enough, it's because I didn't accidentally like dodge rollover money from the Power Wilds, because I know that they drop a lot of that. I'm not like keeping that in mind. Like I don't like to like try to move out of my way to grab like money though during those fights. I just continue on.
Yeah, so you're actually forced to not save warp here if you try to leave. Merlin says, no, you have to talk to Sid. And that's because this is a very important plot-relevant cutscene. We didn't see it, but this is Sora's reunion with Riku. And then from here, you talk to... Well, you unlock this because it's a shortcut to the 3rd district from the first one. And this is the only time where the 3rd district has no Heartless. So it's just convenient to do it at that moment.
Yep. And this is just some text smashing. So we have a donation to read.
That we do. It is a $25 donation from Jaxler saying, "Good luck, Games, you're killing it." And that's going towards the true ending for Sonic Frontiers. With a quick refresh, that's now at $361.20 out of 2,000. So yeah, Ames and Rico, back to you.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Jaxler. Jaxler is amazing. He's such an awesome speedrunner and kind person. Thank you for that. All right, now with that money that I got from selling all that stuff, I will be... Sid was just there, but apparently he was able to teleport to this spot, and instead of running the accessory shop now, some other guy is running it, and he just works on gummy stuff.
Yeah, he's everywhere all at once. But yeah, so we're gonna buy some gummy parts here that let the gummy ship move much faster than it already does. So that's why the money routing is so important. But at this point, we just head over to the warp. Oh, we make the gummy ship first.
And this is called Haste G. It'll let me do like charges. And this is Fear G, like an upgraded like Fire G. The gummy ship reads like the strongest 2 engines like on your gummy ship, I believe. Like I do my gummy ship different now, but I used to have the Fire G, the Fear G, and then an even stronger one, like the Flare G. But it would just read like the Fear G and the Flare G.
Yeah, so that was the warp drive that we unlocked by talking to Sid. And then with the 2 Navi-Gs that we found, we now have these warp portals, and even though on the map the portal is closer to Traverse Town, it's actually faster to approach it from Wonderland, which is why we warp to it. But this will take us to Agrabah.
Oh, I almost forgot about Agrabah for a second. I love Agrabah. It's really fun. A lot of crazy stuff can happen. The bosses are great. But yeah, there's I mean, we've dealt with some like slight RNG so far already, but yeah, Agrabah is kind of scary because of Pot Centipede and Tiger Head. Pot Centipede, you can have like these pots flying at you that get like super aggressive, and like you're constantly healing and not able to damage him, and he can like heal himself and stuff. And you also want him to start charging at a certain point, but we'll get to that, you know, later.
Common nickname for the world is Agrabah, because it's very prone to having things go wrong.
Yeah, yeah. I call it Sand Planet. I don't know why. Someone in chat said it once, and now I just call
it is Sand Planet. Like, in theory, every world in Kingdom Hearts is a different planet, so...
Literally. But yeah, I'm holding a square just to do charges here. Eventually I can actually upgrade my charges so like those go even faster as well. And I saved a charge through one of those transitions. If like you're about to complete a charge and you're gonna transition, it's better to just like hold on to it. Saves a few seconds or something like that.
I love the music in this world.
Me too. Yeah, why do the bosses have to be so mean and the music has to go so hard?
Well, here we meet Jasmine, one of the princesses.
And now I don't have to fight these bandits. I'm just leaving because no thanks.
There's actually a lot of fights in Kingdom Hearts 1 where like it looks scripted, but you can just say nah man and just dip. Like even the first part of the Clayton fight, you can just leave.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so like later Kingdom Hearts games, you're forced into a lot of scripted fights, but like you have a lot of freedom in Kingdom Hearts 1.
That's another elixir item.
And freeing the carpet in Aladdin's house lets us progress to the next part. And also, Ames walking over the save point is very important because that triggers it for a save warp.
Dodge roll forward twice. Be careful. Summon Simba immediately. The way Simba works is you hold triangle for these charges, and then he roars, and 2 waves of bandits are going to be here, and normally it's just 2 roars and they're gone, but sometimes there's these like 2 extra guys that pop up at the end, or like 1 extra guy. And I just have to like, you know, kill him with like a couple like regular hits in a blizzard. Oh, perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There, you can see just like now how powerful Simba is. The amount of time you can charge Simba scales with your magic and an ability called Cheer that both Donald and Goofy will get later. And like you get to charge Simba for even longer later games. So like if it's that much now, just imagine how powerful he is later. Alright, so yeah, here we do save warp back to Aladdin's house. The game wants you to, you know, kind of weave around Agrabah where like some doors are now blocked off, and then find a way to Aladdin's house, and then find a way to the palace gates. But with the save warp, you can kind of just skip the first half of that.
Yeah, I put Aladdin in my party here, give myself Jungle King. I take off this like Sandstorm ability and give him a crit plus because he will help me later on with damage. I steal all of his items because they're mine now. I won his ethers.
It would not be a Kingdom Hearts run if you didn't rob all of your party members.
Exactly.
That's like the start of every rando run as well, as give me your potions, give me your ethers.
Oops, okay. I want to kill, these guys can like heal the bandits, so I sometimes target them first. That guy ended up on the ground. Oh, and there's a Requiem left. I'm gonna try to, oh, Aladdin took care of that guy.
The green Requiems are very annoying because they're immune to all of like the early game magic.
Yeah.
So you have to physically hit them, but we needed to clear out this room because we have to unlock the wall. This unlocks the door that takes us to the palace gates. There is a chance in this room that instead of the bandits and the green Requiems, it spawns black fungus, and they are very annoying and take forever to kill. So if that had happened, I assume you would have just let the room come back.
Yeah, that's exactly what I do, yeah.
The black fungus can only be killed by critical hits, and they only take 1 hit of damage no matter what your strength is.
I love this fight. It's great. So I want to start off mashing 2 low air combos as best as I can. And, oh, if you take damage, immediately move backwards because these pots are going to come after you. He's going to break apart. I try to jump around and dodge. He's gonna come back together, attack him. Okay, that pot really wanted me. He's always gonna damage you when he comes through here like this. You want either one pot or two pots in between like the front and like the caboose. Oh god, stop it, they're being so aggressive.
This is
Ow.
this is a fight.
Yeah, this is a fight. Let's just go. Oh, thank you. I love you. I love you so much. This is not like the best possible RNG, but he's charging. Sometimes he'll just stand there for like 2 minutes leering at you. I'm so happy. He's gonna break apart here again, unfortunately, and when he comes back together, he'll probably heal, but that's okay. Yeah, he's being mean.
I
He's being
didn't know he could
aggressive.
heal. That's
Oh
crazy.
yeah, he does. Oh my god, this guy's being ridiculous. Hopefully he doesn't break apart again, because if he keeps charging, I can still get... Okay, he's gonna break apart again. That's cool. It'd be like that. I love this guy.
This is a very annoying fight to even try and hit him because he's very low to the ground and these, like his antenna in the front and tendrils in the back. It's very easy to just get hit by any stray attack.
Yeah, and you want to kind of delay the finisher here because then you can damage both the front... Oh my god, okay, I didn't dodge.
Very nice.
He's scary. Yeah, it's also RNG, like what direction he goes in. So if he would have went like towards that front area, like I was trying to dodge roll towards this loading zone since Tiger Head, the next boss, is this way.
Yeah,
Ow.
during the pot centipede fight, all of Agrabah is one room, but the moment you're out of it, it's like 3 rooms. But yeah, no, we go from one annoying fight right into another one. This is the Tiger Head, and I mean, casually, pot centipede's also pretty annoying, but like, Tiger Head is very annoying as well.
I do a quick hit here to calm him down. Try to parry that back in, and then I do slow hits to get these tech points that do extra damage, kind of like with Darkside 2. You really have to delay the finisher.
You'll also see that Ames is alternating which eye she's hitting. The moment one of these eyes is like knocked out, the attacks become a lot more aggressive, so you want to have the first one get finished as late as possible. So if you only single out one eye, the fight becomes a lot harder.
Yeah, and now that he's doing these lights again, you try to kind of get a rhythm back to parry them. And we've got some skinny bandits. Ouch. Okay.
Wow, that was very clean.
Yeah, all skill. I totally wasn't lucky at all there, just so you guys know.
Yeah, that is a fight that I see go wrong more often than I see it go right.
Yeah, he's scary. But now we have both of the Jafars. Here I do like a little fire move. Hopefully it works out. I have to like shoot a fire at this pillar to progress. And there's also an elixir I grab here. You don't grab it in beginner or like any other mode. I mean, maybe in Proud level 1, but. Also, timing the swims is like weird. It's kind of like a double tap movement with X that I do to try and like go faster. The elixir is right over here on the side. You really don't want to fall when like trying to grab it. So sometimes I kind of turn my camera, go slow a little bit. You gotta swing your keyblade.
Yes, I guess we haven't really talked about that. Swinging your Keyblade delays Sora's air momentum, so it kind of like stalls him and lets you make stuff that you're not really supposed to be able to do. Like, I'm pretty sure you're supposed to come back for that with like glide or high jump.
And you don't have to stop in that thing there. I just like to heal Aladdin because I want him to be alive because now he's very useful. And I'm gonna do 2 air hits and then a blizzard to trigger this spell shield. And then I try to time my stagger on him so that he stays up here. I'm spamming triangle for Aladdin, but he fell down, so now I'm gonna do lots of finishers, gonna heal Aladdin. He might be slightly under damaged. The goal here is to do like a 2 cycle. I do the 1-2 blizzard again.
Jafar is not really a fight where the thing you're afraid of is dying. He's not really a difficult fight. The thing is that
Ouch.
yeah, he can do this where he just kind of like flies around the arena.
And I can reset him on purpose there. I just have to be on the opposite end of that like dark circle to send him back here. And yeah, that would have been a 2-cycle if Aladdin didn't take damage again from Genie. Yeah, I think it was Genie that smacked him. Yeah, because I won his damage in that second part, but he was.
Yeah, without the the manipulation with the blizzard, that is a fight that can go on for a very long time because Jafar really likes to just run away, and you do not have a lot of movement options at your disposal to very easily catch up with him. Yeah, Genie, no.
I love that voice line so much. And now, I actually healed Aladdin. Even if he's full of health, I heal him there because now I have the perfect amount of blizzards.
Yeah, so you can actually hit Jafar a little bit with the blizzards, but your main target is the lamp that Iago is holding. The arena here is kind of annoying.
Oh yeah, it is.
Again, the threat of this fight isn't really dying, it's more so Iago running away from you and getting into a position where like you kind of just have to wait for him.
And Aladdin is doing a great job. Thank you, Aladdin. I love you so much. Okay, I didn't mean to switch. I meant to switch onto Genie Jafar, but I didn't. And now I'm just gonna keep spamming triangle for his aggression. Do I have any? Oh, I have an item. I think I have a potion for Aladdin just in case he dies. And I can try to manipulate Genie Jafar to come over here, but oh yeah, he already started a boulder attack back there. Iago's gonna stall there and like shoot one blizzard off. And now it's just spamming some air combos down. I keep spamming triangle because I want Aladdin to make it up here. Please. Oh, thank you. Oh my god. He's amazing. And Genie Jafar's, oh my god, Agrabah's over.
Yeah, like there's 4 boss fights in this world, and they all have some annoyance to them. Even the 2 Jafar fights that casually are quite easy. When speed is a factor, it's very terrifying. So here's the death abuse that we mentioned way back in like Destiny Islands. You're supposed to escape the Cave of Wonders while it collapses, but if you actually die here, the game is just like, you tried.
Yeah,
that's good enough, and then just like takes you to the next part. So it's actually faster to die here.
You just have to like wiggle your analog stick. It's kind of weird. Like you get used to it over time. You can even like die here. Yeah, you can die here in all modes, like beginner. Okay, good. That's the rock the earliest rock you can die to, so that was good.
Yeah, that was very clean.
Oh, we have a donation. This is a good time. For one, I'm just going to be grabbing a Keyblade.
It is indeed a good donation. It's $25 from Dan the Man saying, honored to watch legendary speedrunner 97 Ames play legendary game Kingdom Hearts. So proud of you.
Aw, that made me a little emotional. In a good way. Sorry, that's a little embarrassing. Thank you, Danny.
So here we got the 3 Wishes Keyblade. It's shorter than the Jungle King, but it has 1 more strength. We also got Genie as a summon. We don't see him in this run. I believe we only see him in level 1. And then we also got the Green Trinity, which will come up later.
Yes. Monstro, the entrance to this level is like really funny to me. Like, I don't know why. I think on the original, was it like the English version, you can actually like miss Monstro?
I'm not sure. I know at the very least in English, and I would assume it might be this way here as well, where Monstro will show up regardless of which side you go to, because we're heading to Halloween Town. Mm-hmm. The other side is Atlantica, and whichever side you go on, you will run into Monstro regardless.
Yeah. I don't think there's any charges I have to hold here through transitions. There's just like a couple more, like that one I did in the Agrabah gummy where like I hold on to it. I love the background of these gummy missions. They remind me of like the fruit roll-ups, the tropical tide.
Right.
I'm sorry.
They're so colorful.
Say it.
It just looks like, you know, like just like child building blocks. Just,
right?
This is what space looks like.
I love the colors in this game. It's gorgeous.
Yeah. I guess a key thing we should touch on with how to progress to the next section after like this group of worlds. So this section has Halloween Town, Atlantica, Monstro, and Neverland. And to unlock Neverland, you have to beat 2 of Monstro, Atlantica, and Halloween Town. So we do Monstro and Halloween Town because Atlantica is just very, very slow.
Yeah, I love Atlantica. I'm an Atlantica enjoyer. I'm apologist.
I actually like Atlantica in this game also.
Yeah, I can't wait to do like JJ 100% is like the name for the 100% category, and I would love to do that eventually. I plan to, and that way I get to do Atlantica. Yay!
Yeah, the reason Atlantica is slow is that because it's underwater, because it's the Little Mermaid world, the movement's very slow. You don't have dodge roll, and so it's just there's just so much going on. Whereas Monstro and Halloween Town are very short in comparison.
I just got 8. Love when I get swallowed by a whale, you know,
Yeah,
just
it's-
ruining my entire day.
Everything's just going great, enjoying a good time in Sweden, and then giant space whale just.
With the weirdly human teeth too, like what is that?
Yeah, I never
Like
even
that.
thought about that. Like,
Someone pointed that out in Miss Chat one, Miss Master one. He had a world record on this in console before I got it, and ever since then, like I can't like not notice that after I read that comment.
yeah, I'm never gonna unsee that. Monstro's world design is actually very interesting. He's also bigger than most things that are actual worlds. Like a whale is bigger than like Halloween Town. Oh,
Oops. Okay, I bumped
Okay.
my head. That's fine. I missed this like chamber 3 skip thingy. It's not super hard. I used to like mash it to land there with swinging my keyblade. Now I actually time it, and I think it's better to do it that way. But all it would have done was, yeah, I would have been able to come here like a bit quicker.
yeah, like so all of Monstro is a maze. There's 6 chambers, and you need to find the entrance to chamber 4, which is, oh no, that's chamber 5. I don't even know what Monstro looks like. I think this is it, right?
Yeah, I think
Yeah, this is chamber
that.
4.
Yeah, this is chamber 4. Also, $50 donation we have. It's a good time to read it.
Yeah, that's a nice one. It's $50 from Keytar saying, all this Ames girl does is girl boss, get world record, and steal her party members' ether. Good luck on the run.
I mean, they're not wrong. I mean, also eating hot chip and lying. Don't forget that.
Shout out to Kito.
I do love spreading misinformation on the internet and live on the ESA stage. I love it.
Yeah, so this is a Parasite Cage. We actually fight this boss twice.
Parry, try to mash that out again. Yeah, you want to just try to do a stagger loop, but I dropped my combo there. Happens. Okay, there we got him staggered again. I'm gonna go away.
I just want to say that Pinocchio's Japanese voice here is so much less annoying than his English voice. Like, in English, he just constantly screams, "Get me out of here!"
I know. Oh my god, I forgot about that. It's been so long since I ran English. Yeah, that gets on my nerves. Or would get on my nerves.
Everyone behind us is saying, "Get me out of here." I can hear you
They're
guys.
talking about the run. They're not talking about Pinocchio. They're talking about this.
Yeah,
Get me out of this room right now.
Yeah, so at this point, we unlock High Jump, which is required for finishing the world, and also is required for many later portions of the game.
Yeah, it's weird that you get it from a chest. I think that's cool. Also, there used to be...
Geppetto's just been hiding it the whole time.
Yeah, literally. There's also... I know it's weird that I keep bringing up PS3 stuff, but there used to be this really cool like dodge roll up against the wall there that you could do to like, and you would use high jump to make it up here a bit quicker.
Yeah, another note, the PS3 version runs at 30 FPS and PS4 runs at 60, and there's some weird irregularities that happen as a result.
Now this is another stagger loop. Monstro is pretty boring because of that. Parried that. Sometimes, yeah, I can get that finisher off quicker and the stagger begins. So I want to hope that my party doesn't attack too much the top of his head, and because, yeah, there we go. Normally he's going to always like break apart eventually, but when he does, I go to the side here and I hold really far right, doing low air combos. If I started doing it towards the middle, yeah, he would come back together quicker, and the key is just, okay, I'm going to move away and be safe. He'll probably swing forward, yep. And then that's an easy restart to this. Goofy normally doesn't... Okay, never mind. I'm gonna not talk about Goofy and jinx it. But yeah, I just want them to let me do all the work, because there's a lot of fights where my party doesn't help. Kind of like hurt a little bit.
We were talking about this yesterday or like earlier this morning, I think, where a lot of times it's actually preferable for like Donald to die.
Yeah.
Which is like, the meme is just like, Donald, why are you always dying? But like, we actually want that in the run.
Yeah, there's a future, like in Neverland, we fight Anti-Sora, and it's Goofy that like is constantly like pushing him away sometimes, and it's just like beyond your control, and it gets really annoying. So whenever Goofy dies, I just like celebrate, like, yay, Goofy's dead. Sorry, Goofy, but I mean,
So I believe right there we got Gravity, which will be very
Yes.
powerful because Gravity is a spell that does percent damage. So for later game where a lot of enemies have like full bars of health, it just tears through them.
oh wait, was it Stop or Gravity? I think it.
Oh, it might be Stop
yeah,
actually.
And then Gravity.
Yeah, Gravity
is.
is.
After.
Where is Gravity? Oh no, that Gravity is at the end of Halloween Town. You're right.
Yeah, because we used Stop just a couple times on this Oogie Manor fight because these like Heartless spawn, and I want to like stop them so they don't hurt me because it's Proud and they're gonna two-shot me really easily.
Yeah. So when you finish Monstro, you get spat back out to Agrabah, and then.
Now I'm gonna teleport here. I'm going to see Geppetto again. I guess he set up shop like pretty quick. Yeah, he literally has his own place already.
They escaped from Monstro, and within like 30 seconds, they just have an entire house.
Look at that interior design. Like, he really, wow. They worked quick.
So in here is the Wishing Star Keyblade. And Wishing Star, I believe, it's very short, but also it always deals a critical hit.
Yeah, and make sure that your slap shot ability, which I put on right before Parasite Cage 2, that is always a crit, and yeah, that the finishers are always crits. It's like definitely super necessary for Halloween Town. And now I'm going back to Monstro to grab a summon.
Yeah, so in I believe the English vanilla version of Kingdom Hearts 1, Monstro doesn't always show up here. But in Final Mix he does. And it's very convenient because we want to come back here for Water Gleam, which will, when we give that to the Fairy Godmother, that gives us Dumbo, who is very important for Hollow Bastion.
Yes.
So because we're just guaranteed to come back here anyway, it's more convenient to just grab Dumbo on the revisit because he's just like right at this chest over here.
Yep. And then we can just leave immediately. And Ray of Light was what I put on along with Wishing Star. We actually got that from Pot Centipede. It gives me one more MP, and that's great because I want to kill the mobs in Halloween Town as quick as I can, because there's a lot of mob fights before ever fighting like the first like official boss. And yeah, like giving me that one extra blue MP, like make sure that I can like kill them in pretty quick spams.
Yeah, so this is a very quick gummy mission because the part with Monstro takes up a large portion of it anyway. So from going from Monstro to Halloween Town is like 30 seconds maybe. Yeah, like right here.
Yep. This is my favorite Disney level. I love
This is a very nice one.
I think it's pretty. Oh god, I'm so sorry if I accidentally hum. I'm going to consciously not... Yeah, no.
I need to shout out one of my best friends who's also run this game in the past, Crispy Tacos. One time I was watching him play this world in the run, and he started singing along to This Is Halloween, but he forgot the lyrics like halfway through. And I kind of just like hold that over him.
As one does, as a good friend does.
Yeah.
That's a power-up. I'm gonna use that on Sora. I would never want to use it like on anyone else because they're weak. My party members are weak. I just want to make myself strong.
Yeah, at that part he was just like something strange.
Oh my god. I love Sora's outfit here.
Yeah, this is I think the only world, no, Atlantic also. This is one of the only worlds in the game where you actually change your appearance because they'd look very odd in Halloween Town if they just look normal.
Yeah, and here I take his ethers. I actually am putting Aladdin's in here as well. I'm using the power up on me. I wanted to make sure I didn't like accidentally spam and waste an elixir or something. So I was being a little like slow with that menu.
We took Aladdin's ethers and gave them to Jack.
Yeah.
So you can have them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Halloween Town is actually a very small world. There's only a couple rooms.
Here's one of the first spams. 1, 2, 3. Jump immediately because then these guys will spawn quicker. 1, 2. Jump immediately. These next guys will spawn quicker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dodge roll forward. Grab these because you want one blue MP at the end.
That scripted fight makes Sally show up, and she gives you the Forget-Me-Not, which we need to give to the professor to start the next part of this world.
Yeah, and if you don't grab enough MP bubbles to get that blue, you can just like do a combo on one of those ghosty guys. And yeah, then I'm at full MP because the ether gives me 3. Yeah, there's a lot of going back and forth here.
It's not as egregious as Deep Jungle, because Deep Jungle is a much larger world. Halloween Town only being a handful of rooms definitely plays in its favor.
Now next, I can either get Heartless that spawn, and I want them to spawn so I can try to do this graveyard skip move. Sometimes there's white mushrooms though, which is a bit slower, but it's not the end of the world. Yay!
Okay, we did not get white mushrooms. The white mushrooms are thankfully not as annoying as black fungus. They just get angry at you if you hit them and they leave. So. Oh, nice.
Sorry, I have to put my whole body into that mash.
Yeah.
I'm very sorry. That looked really weird.
This is like this in Kingdom Hearts 2, the kind of game where like when you just like get something, you just like jump forward. I do that a lot when I play rando. I throw my body into the final hit.
Yeah, some of my mashing for final fights, you can just like see like, yeah, be like putting my whole like arm into it.
So yeah, we played a little bit of Simon Says with those tombstones. It gives us the Jack in the Box, which again we need to go back to the lab and give that to the professor. Oh look, the white mushrooms.
Yeah, there they are. The black fungus that I also could have gotten back in Agrabah, the only other time that they can show up and be unlucky is when I come right back into that area where I shot a fire on that platform.
It's a lot more inconvenient there.
Yeah.
You can't just easily leave. You have to like light the lantern again.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
And actually fighting the black fungus takes forever.
Yeah, I forget how to beat them actually.
You have to deal a critical hit, which actually, the Wishing Star, you'd be able to do that, but they have an attack where they just become invincible for like 10 seconds.
Yeah,
And-
casually they really bothered me.
Yeah, they're not a fun Heartless to fight.
So if I hear them spawn as I drop down, and I did, then I know that I can.
Yeah, the black fungus don't have a spawning sound, they're just here, so.
And I give myself Brave Warrior because now for Lock, Shock, and Barrel and the Oogie fights, my strength is going to be more important than magic spamming with Blizzard. Yeah, these fights are scary, but I actually like them.
Yeah, the Lock, Shock, and Barrel fight especially is very scary on Proud Mode. It's just like a bunch of really small children that are like running all over a very cramped room and very easy to get hit.
This is like called the community climb. It's a way to like, yeah, get up to the top without having to like go through those doors and shoot, I think, another fire at a platform that'll rise.
Yeah, the Oogie's Manor as a whole is some like peak world design. A lot of really good platforming, a lot of ways to just like traverse it really quickly. It's definitely like, it's a good highlight of just how cool the world design in Kingdom Hearts 1 is.
Okay, so first you go for Lock. Ouch. Okay, I may die, but that's okay. Wait, where's the... She's in the corner, oh my god. I've never seen that before, sorry. That was just really funny to me. Next is Barrel. Like, you wanna... There's a certain order that you kill them, so that you have less of a chance of dying.
Yeah, Shock is definitely the most annoying one, I feel, because she has the spinning attack.
She was stuck in the corner. Sometimes when I'm trying to bully the final one Lock into that corner, you can like accidentally hit the wall, and I hate when that happens.
That was a very good fight with those three. That can be very annoying for sure.
Yeah, I accidentally got hit sometimes I can see that Barrel, the second one, is about to charge up before I kill the purple one, Shock, and I tried to lock off on her and tried to get ready to like parry him so that he wouldn't damage me, which yeah, that's how I took damage there. I shouldn't have done that, but I was just trying to be careful.
Also, before we left the room, Ames hit a switch that unlocks the door to the torture chamber, which is where we fight Oogie Boogie.
This fight, whenever I show up in it, I wish I was playing Proud level 1 because I could use this damage storage glitch. Otherwise, this is pretty like slow.
Yeah. We will see a bit of damage storage much later in the run, like at the very end.
I shoot a blizzard to hopefully draw them towards me. And thanks, Donald. Wow.
Yeah, so stop does exactly what it sounds like it does, but when you do that, the Heartless don't actually lose any health until after they unfreeze, so it kind of just wastes time when your party members do it. Yeah, so you have to trap Oogie into a specific part, and then after, I believe, 10 hits, he knocks you back down.
Yep. And you can get an extra hit, like if you do a really low air hit after that.
This is one of my favorite songs in the game, by the way.
Okay, I was terrified.
Yeah.
That was very scary, but I was willing to risk it. Shoot another fire. There's this HP gate that I don't want to hit. I could probably shoot another fire here, but I would rather be careful. Jump forward, try to... Okay, yeah, I'm not risking that since I only got one. So when you miss dice reflecting, I think it's the blade. Oh yeah, there's a spinning blade. There's also like another kind of spinning, like multiple blades. You can get Heartless that spawn, and that's actually the best possible thing if you miss the dice reflect, because then you can like try to kill them as soon as possible. And then immediately you can get up to Oogie and like on a platform and use slap shots to kill him. But on this final one, it's just slap shots in order to like not have to do a fourth cycle. Oh, I need to shoot a fire at the very end sometimes if there's just a tiny bit left.
I just level up 4 times from that fight.
Oh yeah, you level up a lot from that. Oogie Manor is I like Oogie Manor a bit more. I think it's a bit cooler. And the strat for it on Proud level 1, sorry I'm bringing it up again, is insane.
It's definitely like, if not the hardest fight in level 1, like up there.
Oh my god, yeah.
But I don't know about you guys, but when I have a particularly bad day, I just like just fuse with my house.
Exactly, and just these purple pimples, you know, appear all over you. How many are there? Like, I think like 6 or 7.
I don't know.
Oh man, sometimes, okay, so it's completely random. Sometimes a stray fire will come and hit you, but basically you want to do like 3 air combos. I dropped a combo there, so I just did some ground slap shots. Yeah, the house will get more aggressive the more pimples that you kill. Like, sorry if that's gross that I call them pimples.
The more that you pop.
Yes.
Yeah, so the reason this is so hard in level 1 is because, like, again, the house gets more aggressive. So the strat is actually you have to like break 3 of them and then like get every other one down to 1 HP. That way, Oogie's not aggressive for so long because it's very easy to get 2-shot in this fight in level 1. Because like there's just things flying everywhere when he ramps up. But you're starting to see like these gargoyles are showing up, like like his arms are swinging, fire's flying everywhere.
Dark balls like coming at me, and those like those little dark like circular thingies. They'll like do damage over time. They'll leave you like with 1 HP left. Like it won't like kill you, but it's annoying.
Yeah, that was Oogie's man.
Okay, and now we have gravity, I believe.
Yeah, you get gravity from here and then stop from the previous Monstro.
Yeah, no, I'm perfectly fluent in Japanese, by the way.
I'm not, that's what mixed it up. Yeah, there's 2 more spells that we'll be getting later in the run. There's Arrow, and then, well, we don't get the other one. The last one's Thunder, which you get the first Thunder in Olympus Coliseum, and you get the second one in Atlantica. So we just don't get Thunder in the run.
This is a very important part. I got a Keyblade from them that like we don't use in regular Proud. It's called Pumpkinhead. I believe it's used in beginner though. But now we're going to Neverland, and the luck is in my favor for this. I think like 70-30, but basically to hit the Neverland like level trigger, sometimes like it just doesn't show up, and it's unfortunate. But it's only like 40-something seconds, like 42 or something like that on PS5.
Yeah, it's only guaranteed that Hook's ship that takes you to Neverland shows up if you've beaten the other 3 worlds, and because we did not beat Atlantica, there's a chance that it doesn't show up. And again, it loses 42 seconds, which is pretty large time loss, but again, the odds are favorable.
Yeah, we'll like know as soon as we hit this certain like spot, like if I don't see everything like start to fade out, like
Yeah.
with a certain transition, I'll know immediately. And sometimes you can actually miss it multiple times. That's very rare. Like that's just comical when that happens. Like when I'm doing runs, I just like laugh if I miss it 2 or 3 times. Like really, like
Yeah.
today was just not meant to be the day.
Yeah.
Okay, it's coming up here. That'd be pretty funny if I missed it 3 times in a marathon. Don't, oh my god. Don't, that's not even wood, but I just had to knock on that.
And
Yes,
perfect.
thank you.
Yes,
Jesus.
first try.
All skill, that's a skill issue by the way, I lied.
So yeah, like we mentioned at the beginning of the run, one of the differences with PC is that there is a mod that they allow that makes hook ship 100% consistent.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I feel like it's like, it's awesome that it's made. I just prefer it like, yeah, not to run on PC. Like not just for that reason. But like it's awesome for like, let's say there's like 2 really good runners like racing. Like it would suck if just like missing hook ship decided like who won, you know, like and they're both like similar skill levels, so. Oh, we have a donation pending. Can we read this?
It is a big donation, and there's some announcements attached to it. Let's read the donation first. It is $420. Insane amount by user1 saying, "Good luck at ESA Ames. Let's fight Alzheimer's." So the less important announcement here is that it is all going towards the left-hand percent incentive for No More Papers, Please, which I can confirm has been met. So that's going to be very nice. And so it's going to be speedrunning with only the left hand for No More Papers, Please. And now the more important announcement, for which I wish all of you will join me in. There's only a small handful of us, but let's make it sound like it's a packed house, because we have just hit $50,000!
Yay, yo, that's great.
Absolutely insane. But we are one step closer to this big goal of 135,000. So keep those donations going. But you've all been so generous so far. Ames and Rico, back to you.
So I just got a really unlucky starting pattern, but I just decided to like wait for him to just like chill out, stop having a freak out. Now that's 3 hits and I do a full combo, he will phase. Try to stagger him again. He's going to phase. Stagger him again. 1 hit, mash as hard as I can to parry. Then try to do, okay, I guess we're parrying again. 2, 3, 4. Try to do the same thing as before. Delay that one a bit to parry it. Yes, he's dead. Sorry, I'm sorry, that was like so genuine, but that sounded so mean.
Again, this is one of the fights where it's very nice for your party members to be knocked out. Anti-Sora is not a particularly easy fight, for sure.
Okay, so when he has these clones, you can just like shoot a blizzard to get rid of some of them. There's just 1 left. I don't think he should bother me too much. He should go away soon. Oops.
You can tell which one's the real one because it's the only one that has more than 1 HP.
Oops, okay. Knocked against the... Oh, there he is.
Sometimes when he does that, like, phase into the ground and swipe up, he does it, like, 5 times in a row.
So I want to finish towards that door where I started, but unfortunately I'm over here. I'm going to try to make it. Please get me the fast fade out. I would... Okay, no fast fade out. That's okay.
Yeah, for some reason, if you just, like, roll into the door, like, it fades quicker for some reason.
Yeah, it's weird. Or you could just like walk up against it. In order to not ledge grab there, I shoot a blizzard. I missed that. Oops. It's not really that hard. That was just a tiny mistake. Goofy tornado. Sorry, this is like one of the longer menus in the run. I give myself stop on shortcut, and I put support actions for Goofy on always. Because later on he's going to have MP gift. He doesn't get it for a while, but I want him to constantly be giving me MP at a certain point, and he'll do that if I change his AI like that.
Yeah, MP gift is a particularly powerful ability, where for 2 MP, it basically acts as an ether, and Goofy doesn't really use MP for many other things, so he plays a very strong support role in the late game. They actually nerfed it from the original Kingdom Hearts one, where it was only 1 MP, so it was like super broken.
So I have Peter Pan with me. I do a stop, spam triangle so that they go a little crazy. Ouch. These guys hurt.
I'm gonna be a bit of a music nerd again. I also really like this song because it's in 12/8 time signature.
Ooh, counterattack or not. I shoot a blizzard here to try to stagger them both. Oh, there's that guy. Where is he? There he is. I hate when he crosses his arms like that. Like, you're not my parent. Don't look at me disappointed. Like,
You're not my mom.
you're not. Who are you?
Alright, so here's the first instance of gravity, and you're gonna see it just like destroy this battleship's health.
And also, oh yeah, he gave me an ether. Thank you, Peter Pan. Normally when I'm grinding to like PB at home, I don't do this, but like this is just a marathon strat where in case I die to Hook, which is likely, he sucks.
It's not a kind fight.
Yeah. Try
yeah.
to. Oh, oops! I'm gonna fight.
Yeah,
him
so
back,
by
actually.
leaving the arena and coming back, if Ames dies, she'll respawn in the hold. And because of that, we just don't have to redo the mom fight at the beginning of this, because otherwise it would put us before that. Yeah, no, Hook is a very cruel fight.
Yeah, he's mean. He's like better on every single other mode. Oops.
It's because you want to lock him with stops sometimes, but he's not always vulnerable. He has this attack, which is the worst.
Yeah.
And the whole time, like, you can account for everything Hook does, but you cannot account for the battleship.
Oh, he's coming. Yeah, I could hear him charging up. So when he's doing that, I can actually still damage him from behind, and now the ship really hates me.
Yeah, like, you can do everything right in this fight, and the battleship just doesn't care. And there's not really a point in killing the battleship, because if you do, Hook just summons another one.
Yep.
I love the way Peter Pan says Goofy. Oh,
Give me a second. Okay. We have donations pending. Can we read those? Because I need to catch my breath.
Fantastic. You're doing amazing so far. So here's a
Thanks.
couple donations. $30 from Ruler of Inches saying, shout out to Ames for being a great streamer and having the coolest t-shirt ever.
I know, it's the best. My friend right behind me, like, actually gifted it to me in the crowd. My friend Hugs.
Nice. And we also have $20 from Dorovan once again saying, to celebrate hitting 50K, here is another 20 towards a great cause. Yes, indeed. Thank you very much. We have reached $50,077. And with your help, we can reach our goal and maybe bring the ESA donation total from all events in ESA history to $1 million. That is a huge, huge goal. And without your help, we won't be able to make it. Anyway, Ames and Rico, back to you.
the end of that fight was really terrifying, because, like, you dealt the last hit as the battleship was coming at you, because, like, it took a split second to realize who died.
Yeah, that like gave me, my heart stopped for a second, I swear to God. So that like chest I grabbed before hitting the clock hands was the Flare G. It's a upgrade from a gummy ship. And here, this is just like a preference thingy. I prefer to put fire on my customize there.
We also got a handful of really nice things in that last portion of Neverland. We got the second cure, so we now have Cura. We got that actually before Captain Hook. We got Tinkerbell, which is not used from the run, but she's a summon where she frequently heals you and also auto-revives you if you die, but in the context of the run, it's not useful. And I believe we also got Ars Arcanum, which is a very powerful ability.
And Guard, we used that like with Ars Arcanum. Why did he turn around like that? For this next boss that I'm going to fight opposite armor. Here she's going to activate Dumbo, which is really important. But opposite armor, I think the game wants you to fight him way earlier, so when I fight him now, he's going to be pretty weak.
Yeah, ideally you fight opposite armor in the second visit to Traverse Town, because we also got a Navi G piece from Neverland. That's important, because the other two Navi G pieces are in Neverland and Traverse Town. So you have to beat both of them to progress to Hollow Bastion. So they want you to beat Traverse Town early, and then Sid's like, oh, we need the pair for this, go find it, and then you find it in Neverland. But we skip that and come back to it later, and now we're gonna get the Navi Genies.
There I was just gliding to avoid spawning other like Nocturnes up there and other Heartless. Here I use an R's. I can't use like more R's because, or more magic because I need that 3. I'm gonna use an Ether after doing a combo on the next boss.
Yeah, I think the devs definitely knew how powerful Ars is because it costs 3 MP, so very few things in this game cost that much.
I think there's earlier versions where it just costs like 2, which like sounds amazing.
Yeah, I think it was like J or like early international too.
Just have to ring this one more time.
Yeah, they definitely did some balancing in Final Mix, but they also buffed a lot of things. Like, there's a Keyblade that I don't think we're getting in the run, but it's Divine Rose. It's like super powerful.
Oh yeah, that was
Final
part of the
Mix.
old route where you would use a damage storage. You wouldn't get EXP from fighting Dragon Maleficent,
Yeah.
and you would finish the run at level 42 instead of level 43.
So this is gonna start out as the guard armor fight, and then you hit him once, he's like, alright man, I'm done.
Yeah, never mind.
And he's like, just kidding, I'm gonna enter my final form.
Guard. Ours. Lock onto that foot. Combo, back up because hopefully he's gonna charge again and you can guard. And then quick jump. Try to parry that. I did not parry that, that's okay. Because he's gonna die soon. Yes, Goofy! Goofy's going crazy in a good way. Okay, not a horrible opposite armor fight. I'm so glad he did that charge. And you can skip this scene on that frame there, like before it even like goes into the cutscene. It's strange. You can't do that at any other point where like after beating a boss it gets all slow.
But yeah, you can see how fast that fight went because it was saved for much later. Also from the opposite armor, we got Arrow. I don't know if we use that in the run or...
Yeah, when I fight Invisibles and when I fight not Dragon Maleficent, the first Maleficent, I use it. I used to not use Arrow in the Maleficent 1 fight before I took a long break from this category. It felt way more like YOLO. It still kind of is like praying a bit like during that fight, but the Arrow makes it a bit less horrible.
Yeah, Arrow is a defensive spell where for a certain amount of time we take half damage, I believe.
Yeah.
So it's very useful for some of the late game fights. Later stages of Arrow can also deflect attacks, but we don't get any of them because it takes a lot of effort to get them. One of them's in like a Yellow Trinity room in Neverland, which we don't get the Yellow Trinity because it's in Olympus Coliseum, and then the other one is for freeing, I think, 54 of the 101 Dalmatian puppies, or 99 rather.
Here, that Flare G I picked up. I'm gonna replace that engine with that, so I can go faster, like just in general, my like base speed. I have to teleport to Neverland first, and then I can decide to go to Hollow Bastion, which ends all of the Disney levels, and the cool part starts. This is my favorite section of the game.
Yeah, it's crazy because there's only 2 worlds left in the game, but this is like the halfway point of the run, essentially. Or like a little over halfway. It just shows how long the third act is.
Yeah.
You can split this game into 3 acts, essentially, where the first act is everything from the start to arguably, like I'd say, if not Deep Jungle, then like Agrabah, if that's the first act.
Yeah.
And then the second act is like from Monstro to Neverland, and then the third act is Hollow Bastion to the end of the game.
Yep, I'd agree with that. That sounds like, yeah, that sounds right to me. I really love End of the World, even though Hollow Bastion is awesome too. That's one of the charges that's good to save, by the way. Like End of the World is just like, I love the design of that, and the final fights for this category is actually kind of what like drew me to want to run it at first, but like, you know, we'll get into those strats later on. Hollow Bastion 1 can be a bit rough, but...
This is also one of my favorite songs in the game, is Gummy Ship 3.
Oh yeah, I like how it upgrades and gets more like epic and serious. It's
Yeah.
like, you know you're coming across some serious stuff now.
You can also see in the background that it's getting a lot like creepier and like sinister. Like the further you get towards like the hardest worlds, it just starts to become more and more darkness. It's a really nice touch.
That guy almost sniped me, oops. Yeah, those guys come from behind.
Yeah, so this is some of the best world design in the series, if not like the best.
Yeah, the rising waterfalls, that is so cool. Also, did you guys know that you can freeze the bubbles? Sorry.
That's crazy.
Sorry. I just been waiting to say that.
Yeah, we'll be spending quite a lot of time in Hollow Bastion. There's a lot going on in this world.
But I'm about to experience some serious betrayal. At least story-wise. Just got a platform. Hopefully I'll like get this cycle. Yeah, and then to trigger this cutscene, I don't have to go all the way up there. I can just like dodge roll into this area. And this is like the longest load ever for like this whole thing. It's basically taking my Keyblade away because they're giving it to Riku because my party decides that they don't like me anymore and they don't want to be my friends. So I have the wooden sword now, and I have Beast, which I had the wooden sword in Destiny Islands. It has like 1 strength.
Yeah, so they made it in Final Mix where you actually cannot deal physical damage while you have the wooden sword. In Vanilla, you could do very minimal to the point that it really wasn't worth it, but like you actually completely rely on Magic and Beast for this small portion. But yeah, like story-wise, Riku's like, I'm the true Keyblade wielder, and he takes it from Sora, and Donald and Goofy are like, well, our orders are to follow the Keyblade Master, so like we don't want to do this, but we have to. Or they just want revenge because we cheered when they died in Anti-Sora, one of the two.
Fair weather friends, that's what I say.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. I love them. They come back soon enough, yeah. They always come back.
Yeah, so this section is, as a kid, this was like the hardest thing for me. Like, it's supposed to be a puzzle, but you just press the buttons as they show up. It's just very linear. But yeah, at the end of this entire maze, there's a switch that triggers the doors in the upper section, and that's how we progress to the next part. Also, Beast is trying his hardest here.
I love Beast so much. Oh, he's also the strongest like Disney like party member that you can have with you. He has this like ferocious bellow attack, I think it is, and if you have crit plus on later on, he can like destroy a whole like room of enemies for you if you like get some good luck.
Yeah, they knew what they were doing when they like took all of Sora's abilities away from him. Beast is extremely powerful.
And I got gravity ready as I fell down there because since I'm weak, I'm gonna spam 2 gravities because my magic works, and since I'm locked on, I'm spamming triangle, and Beast takes care of it.
So this triggers the doorway at the top, so we can now enter it.
I wish there was a way to like skip through these puzzles. But yeah, just going the exact same way back.
Oh, he's oh, we're leaving him behind.
Oh yeah, that's kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie.
I
That happens a
didn't
lot.
know that could happen. That's great.
No, like walking against that thing before that happens a lot. I've also seen him get trapped there so many times. But then he'll spawn as soon as I go into this bubble. He'll be with me.
Beast, can you teach us how to do that? Like,
Right?
like with the, he can face the walls. Why can't we?
I stop there. It's out of the way to that quick dodge roll, but I want to have more MP for Riku 1. I actually dislike Riku 1 more than the second Riku fight because his hit counter is 1 hit less. Like, it's 4 hits for Riku 2 before he retaliates, and it's 3 for this one. And you can loop him with your Hurricane Blast ability, but I'm gonna try to time some R's attacks with Goofy's Tornado. And we'll see what happens.
Yeah, that was also
Honestly.
another case of standing in the corner and calling your party member to you to make the Heartless despawn. We'll see a handful of stuff like that in Hollow Bastion.
And after this one, I think it's another slightly longer load, not like the longest. And I'm gonna try to draw Riku out a certain way to like push him and bully him towards like the doors that I just came in.
Yeah, so at this point, Riku tries to kill Sora, and Donald and Goofy are like, forget our orders, we're gonna protect Sora.
Ow. Ow. Okay, he's gonna jump up since I jumped. He likes to copy me. Okay, and now he's tornadoing. Thanks, Goofy. Ooh, I want to try to get him up against this thing. Yes, please, Goofy. Okay, never mind. I don't know what is happening here. Okay, there we go. That was perfect. That was ideal.
It worked out in the end.
Yeah. I got a little messy. But yeah, at least we didn't die. I would spawn, actually, yeah, I would spawn all the way back way before the gates, at that like lift stop like area where it brings me and Beast up, and I would have to skip all of those cutscenes again and like go through those loads. But now I can access the White Trinity. You don't have to do like all of this puzzle, just like some parts of it.
You need this red book, and then I don't even remember what that one is, but the upper one on the desk is Theon Volume 6. And that's all you need to get to this library.
And I am going to be doing a warp out of here. You can just dodge roll into that, by the way, to grab it. You don't have to jump on it. The most out-of-the-way warp we do is to Agrabah. So there's a White Trinity in the Cave of Wonders that will give me an item. It's called Ifrit Belt. At least that's how I pronounce it, Ifrit Belt. It reduces my fire damage by 30% and increases my strength by, I think, 3. And for my next official boss fight, that's really important because Maleficent is rude. I'll put it that way.
She's a mean girl.
Yeah. Yeah, she is. She hurts my feelings sometimes.
Girl bossing.
I love that Trinity.
Yeah, fact. Yeah, we roll down here. This takes us to a save point. And I believe here you also grab one of the party healing items.
Yeah, this is a cottage. I use it at like the very end, final rest, and also like right before Anthem 2.
Yeah, so there's 3 party only healing that you can only use outside of battle. They are the tent, the camping set, and the cottage. They gradually get more powerful. So cottage essentially acts like an elixir for the whole party, just fully heals and gives back all MP.
Alright, I just gotta replace this and hit this switch.
And then we just keep that other book forever. They don't
Yep.
need it.
Yeah, it's ours now.
Need some light reading for the next gummy.
Does Sora know how to read? I mean, he left
Actually,
the island
like,
pretty early.
Yeah, maybe not. I mean, he's like 14. You should know how to read by then.
Yeah, true. Okay, so I have to do 1 hit to kill those pods. There's some more that I'm gonna like do 1 hit to, I think. Or oh no, those are the only ones. It's actually these like candles. I have to light them. I like to do a jump fire because I can like move myself to the side as I'm doing them, and like yeah, to get all these emblem pieces, you just kind of go in a circle doing these tasks.
You need these 4 emblem pieces to unlock the next door. So it's like these puzzles, and then just 1 in a chest.
You can't push that in 1 go, by the way. I swear. Like, that's not copium. Like, it forces Sora to stop once and then, like, go again to push it all the way.
It's because he's only a junior hero.
Yep, exactly.
Not even a junior hero. We didn't go to Olympus.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He has no swag.
No drip.
I actually love his red onesie. Like, I love, like, Kingdom Hearts 1 designs. Like, Kairi looks all sporty, Sora looks all like Mickey Mouse, and I gotta take off guard here because then I won't be able to equip Ifrit Belt. I'm replacing White Fang, and I give Beast White Fang because that's gonna be more useful later on. I go into Beast abilities, and I need both of his ethers, and I also need to go and grab the elixirs, and that's it for that menu. Yeah.
And we just very manually put in all of these emblem pieces 1 at a time.
Some heavy breathing from Riku coming up.
Yeah.
Worried
We
about
beat him real bad.
Yeah, he's scared. He's running.
I mean, if you saw Goofy like coming at you like spinning like Crash Bandicoot, I think I'd be a little scared too.
Like a sky dancer, you
Yeah.
know those things from the like early 2000s that you'd like pull
Oh,
a string and they just like go nuts. Okay, so since Goofy did a tornado, he kind of pushed me forward, which is gonna make this Wyvern follow me. That's fine. That's no big deal. He's just gonna follow me here. He's gonna like dive down to attack me, and I'm just gonna do some combos to kill him quick, or Goofy's gonna take care of it. Thanks, Goof. This is the Haste 2G. Instead of buying it, kind of like the Flare G, like it's a gummy upgrade that I get from a chest.
Yeah, and this glide here that we got from Neverland, it lets you move in a particular way where we dodge a trigger where a bunch of red Nocturnes would show up, and it just saves the time of having to fight them.
All right, now here is an elevator fight. I do another one with Goofy and Beast when I come back to Hollow Bastion, but I want to get Dumbo ready because it's the first Dumbo skip. I need Arrow for Mal 1. I want to use this Ether, yeah.
Gotta look at Goofy.
Oh, wait.
Good.
I love that face. Oh, yuck.
Gosh.
Have to do a Hurricane Blast here. Oh, 1, 2, yeah. Okay, thank you, Goofy. Yeah, you don't, okay. What is happening? Oh, there he goes. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. All right, a time for messages, because yeah, it's just gonna be moving while I grab some MP bubbles.
Yeah, can do. So I just wanted to alert you all to the existence of some lovely prizes that you can enter the draw for if you donate a certain minimum amount. So everybody who's donated at least $5, the donation minimum, is in the draw for a glorious mousepad XL and a glorious Switch vinyl panda toy. Some lovely little thingies that you can win just by donating to the charity. If you donate more, you can enter for some even lovelier prizes like a Sleeping Squirtle plushie for a minimum of $25, or if you donate about $50, you'll be entering the draws for some lovely, lovely mice. And yeah, you can go to prizes.esamarathon.com to see what's up for grabs this event from a bunch of different places. So keep those donations coming if you want to be in the draw for all of that stuff. One more thing from me, just the incentives for Worms 2. We have to name the worms. We have 2 options right now, and we can take 8 of them. So
actually, I'm gonna let them kill me real quick rather than like walk through the transition.
Fair
I would
enough.
prefer to do, prefer to do that. Oops, sorry. I accidentally like bonked my head underneath that thing. I don't want to move that far forward. It's more like just holding X to like raise yourself. That's how you raise yourself with Dumbo.
Yeah, so this is the Dumbo skip. There's supposed to be a puzzle you do to lower down the platforms on the other side, but with Dumbo you can kind of just do this.
And, oh, wait, what? Okay, I heard that blizzard attack from a wizard, and it was at a time where, like, I was almost sure he was gonna ruin my second Dumbo skip, but okay, I guess I'm fine. Now, this is a very scary fight, but I like it, kind of, mostly. Gotta get Arrow ready.
This is the first Maleficent fight.
Okay, I'm probably gonna die. Oops. Never mind. Let's see what happens. Let's just see what happens. Die, please. Oh my god. Sorry. I don't know if I said that really loud into the mic, my bad. She's just, yeah, she's...
That's a hard fight to do fast.
Yeah. Thank god. Oh my god, I got
He was
hit by
still having it
lightning
at the
too.
defender also. He was still hitting him.
Okay, wait, yeah, abilities, Donald, he needs to equip, that's like cheer and second chance, I don't know what the other is.
Second chance is an ability where as long as you don't have 1 HP, you will not die when you hit. So casually, a lot of people know that this is one of the hardest fights in the game. The speed strat for this is quite frankly incredible. So I'll just let Ames show it.
Yeah. Better to just like kind of show it than explain it probably. Elixir. Stop. Oh, okay. I thought that I messed up that stop. Oh my god, Donald, he did that for me? Wow. And we're gonna use that. Oh, I have that extra ether to use, so I may have to start this over, but I can save it. Ouch. Okay, yeah, I may have to start this one over. Oops. I will try, though, my best to save it real quick. Oh, I want to let her, like, move around, though. And... Okay, actually, yeah, I took too much damage. Let me start this over.
Yeah, so the stop loops going on there are definitely a lot harder than they look.
Yeah, sometimes my hand, like, tightens up a bit. It's not, like, the worst strat ever. I think, like, technically the hardest fight is the face fight towards the end, or I call it face. I don't know what the
I think
name
everybody
of it
calls
is.
it face, but like,
Yeah.
like the timing for like, you know, the 2 hits into the stop, it's really tight, and then like every time you have to throw an ether, it's just even more time. So.
Yeah, and you have to do a stop right after the elixir item, or else she'll move. Because, like, stop wrecks her, kind of like it wrecks Hook, but, like, she won't, like, stay stopped forever. Sometimes I do that extra hit to allow her to move a bit. It's hard to describe, like, why I do that. I can later. Stop. Oh, go crazy, Goofy, please. More blizzards, please. Ouch. Let's see if I don't die again. I probably will. Ouch. Oh, we have a donation here. We can read that while I, like, do the menu thingy again.
I think you're gonna like this one.
Oh,
this
God.
is $25 from Ames Mom is the bomb, saying, "Proud of you, Ames. Love, Mom. Shout out to Hugs."
Aw, I love you, Mom. She's the best mom ever. She really is. Love her to death. And of course, she shouts out Hugs too, of course. Stop humming. I love this song too.
This is my favorite song in the game.
Thank you for that gravity, Donald. Please tornado again, Goofy. Okay, here I'm gonna do an extra hit so that she lowers a bit, and then she's into a perfect spot to kill her. Yes, thank you, Goofy. Yes, there we go. She's gonna die now. Oops, sorry about that. The inputs are, like, very intense. Like, I've ran other games, like, where there's, like, harder tricks, but, like, for this game specifically, that strat is, like, yeah, kind of rough.
It's definitely hard. And a lot, you are oftentimes relying on your teammates doing something. And right there we got Fire Glow, which will give us one of the most important summons for the end game, which is Mushu.
Yeah, Mushu. I love Mushu so much. He's why, like, I wanted to run this because of what I saw that he could, like, do for this category. Like, towards the end for the final fights. It looks really cool. I don't want to, like, give it away or explain it too much yet. Now is the Riku 2 fight, but we have a donation here. It's a good time to read it.
Alrighty, here is $7 from Crazy Rockman saying, "Happy to see Ames up on the big stage. Keep up the amazing work." That donation is going towards the squats incentive, which now, let me refresh, stands at $137 out of 2,000. So yeah, Quite a bit of a ways to go, but I'm sure we can make it happen. Ames and Rico, back to you.
This is the other fight that casually people probably got stuck on. Nice.
That fight is like so hard. Your air combo, like I know that my face was looking ridiculous during that, but like, yeah, the air hits have to be like very low and timed correctly to stagger him with like his 4-hit hit counter. There's like 5 hits, and that first one doesn't stagger him. It's the second one that does. And at the start, yeah, I hit him 3 times, and then R's, and then hit him 3 times again, and then R's, and yeah, that's like getting the first bar out of the way for his health.
When done, when done correctly, it permanently like staggers him like that. But the timing is very tight.
Yeah.
And this is Albert.
Oh yeah, I love this guy. This little heartless guy.
He's just walking.
I like the way he walks. I want a little plushie of this guy like so
Right?
badly. I can't believe I haven't gotten one yet because I do love like plushies and like have some for some other games like a chocobo.
Shadow Heartless is pretty great.
I can't do anything besides jump. Like there's no attack. I don't even have the command menu there.
Yeah, even if you pause, it's just like a blank pause menu, so there's no like menu, like item inventory.
I never even tried that. Oh my god! Wow, I didn't know that. Why am I
Alright, most
saying-
important strat coming up.
Okay,
Oh,
ow, I got
you
bonked.
didn't get
Sorry.
bonked, please.
It's just trying to mash the cutscene fast enough there to not get hit by Donald.
You gotta reset the whole
Shameful.
run.
Yeah, sorry about that. Worse than dying, honestly. Like, let's just be real for a second.
Yeah, dying 3 times on Maleficent Dragons, whatever. Not getting bonkless,
over
run
that.
ruined.
Exactly. And here, okay, yeah, Kyrie is now in Traverse Town with me, but she won't appear unless I talk to Sid first. I didn't have to talk to Sid first when I came to Traverse Town 3 for Opposite Armor, but I have to talk to him here now. He's gonna like work on my gummy while I'm talking to Kyrie and doing whatever. And he's turning his back on me because he's being rude.
He's so upset that you didn't get bonkless.
Yeah, that's why. He's disappointed in me. He's not upset, he's not mad, he's just
He's
disappointed.
just disappointed.
Yeah. Understandable. I love how there's like wizards and like the harder enemies spawn here now. It just feels like this ominous like tone for the rest of the game.
Yeah, I was about to say, when you clear Hollow Bastion 1, like plot-wise, like the darkness is getting stronger because the final keyhole has been like activated. And because of that, like the power level of enemies in every world just goes up.
Okay, so now is just some text smashing and cutscene skips. If we have any donations, now's a good time to read them.
Well, we do have an update from your childhood friend Brennan here. There's an update on his dad's hair surgery. It was in fact a success.
Awesome.
We found out when you fought
Great.
Riku, he now has a full head of hair. Good luck on the rest of the run, and thank you, Brennan, for the $5.
I am so happy for your dad, Brennan, and thank you so much for the donations. I'm sorry that I'm laughing. I just didn't expect him to donate during this, but thank you.
Alright, so there the fairy godmother triggered Mushu. And that's the last time we will talk to her.
Yeah, bye. We're done with her now.
Also, when talking to Kyrie, we got the Oathkeeper, which is a Keyblade that will be used a little bit at the end, I believe.
Oh yeah, so for the end, there's like these 2 setups that I switch between. One's more like magic oriented with Oathkeeper, and the other has Oblivion. The old route that I mentioned that has Divine Rosary level 42 finishing. Now with Oblivion, you finish level 43 because I actually do the stop loop on Maleficent. When you fight her, you don't have like Mushu, so you're using Genie actually to get like damage on her for that. That was an interesting time. Doing that strat.
Yeah, as I understand it, was like not as reliable because Genie has some RNG to him.
Oh yeah, he'll just like randomly like stop sometimes, and it's like, really? Now? Of
Yeah.
all times? Doing stops? Okay.
So we actually cannot just warp back to Hollow Bastion. There's like too much darkness surrounding it, so you have to like take an alternate path, which is what this portal is going to be. But I believe when you get to like a certain point away from Hollow Bastion, when you're close enough to it, you can just quit out and warp to it.
Yeah, it's a certain transition. It's probably like the last transition where at the end of it I would end up at Hollow Bastion anyways, but I can just like leave, yeah, and then teleport. It's way faster. That's my guess. I don't know that for sure. I'm just gonna try to avoid getting hit here because, yeah, proud gummies love having to pay attention. I remember beginner, I could just like look off the screen and stuff.
Yeah.
That's a transition where I hold it, and now I go up in this like upper corner. I kind of do this for another gummy where like they hone in on me, but I want to drag them over there so then I can just go through here. I think there's like other more consistent safer spots, but that's just how I do that gummy to avoid getting hit. And this is the transition where I just have to see some blocks appear. Yeah, and then I can leave.
Yep. And now Hollow Bastion is just available, so we just warp to it.
There we go. Oh, we get to use Beast now. I love Beast. Yeah, I missed him.
Yeah, the reason Beast wasn't used earlier was the Blue Trinity on the way to Maleficent, I believe, has an elixir in it. And yeah, Trinities can only be done with Donald and Goofy, and you can only change your party members at save points. So on the first pass, you just kind of have to use Donald and Goofy, but for the second pass, you can use Beast.
Hopefully I make this platforming cycle. Get Dumbo ready. I may have missed this cycle, but it's okay. It's not a big deal. I have to grab this. It's not one of the last. There's a few more, I think, in End of the World elixir items that I grab. Oops. Okay, I wanted to ledge grab there. We'll just go over. Now, for this, just to make the Dumbo skip a bit safer, I do this in runs, like anyways. It's not like a marathon thing specifically. I do 2 dodge rolls, and then I very slowly walk to try and just summon 1 wizard. Because if it's not 1 wizard, then sometimes Nocturnes will like shoot a fire at you. I think they do actually spawn anyways, but they disappear really quickly if you just like walk forward that like tiny bit. And here's another Dumbo skip, dodge roll forward. I have very rarely had the wizard follow me. Like all the way over here for some reason sometimes, but yeah, that's not gonna happen. There he disappears.
He just spawned. So it's actually possible.
No.
So it's actually possible on the first visit to Hollow Bastion to reach this part before the Riku fight, but if you do that, it soft locks because none of the story triggers happen. So even if you could like skip through this, it can't.
Thankfully, I still have an Ether. I try to position a Beast right around here. I go into my abilities. I want to put back on guard. That is really important for later on. I take off that attack, put on his crit plus, and on my customize, give myself gravity because I won't be doing like as many like stop spams as I was. It'll be a lot of gravity spamming in End of the World, and hopefully when I jump up here in Sam Triangle, Beast will eventually bellow. Okay, he got interrupted. That's okay. We're brawling. Sometimes you brawl.
He tried.
Yeah, he tried. He did try. He got interrupted. I can't completely blame him.
Yeah, it's better than not trying at all.
Right. Look at my party. Aren't they gorgeous?
True beauties.
I feel like it's an older route. We used to not have an elixir, or not an elixir, an ether here to use on Behemoth. I'm probably wrong on that, I swear. Like, I remember things wrong all the time, but it's nice because I can pop that and use it on this Behemoth fight and finish him off with like an R's quicker. But before I do that, there's like a really important item I need to grab. I have 1 more Dumbo skip as well, and I need 3 MP for that. This item is Royal Crown. It reduces your defense, I believe, by a little bit, and it's more like an MP-oriented item. So it's gonna help me when I have like my Oathkeeper like magic set up later on for gravity spamming. I'll have like 9 MP and it'll be awesome. End of the world. And this Dumbo skip is really just like the last one. 4 dodge rolls, hold X, like barely push forward, and yeah, release. And a Wyvern sometimes follows after you, now we're good. I do have Oathkeeper already, and I think it's 1 strength point, like stronger than Fairy Heart, but normally, like, I'm not fighting on that elevator fight, by the way, so that's why, like, I didn't switch to it. I just, like, stick to Fairy Heart because I, like, hope that beast will do something.
Between getting Oathkeeper and getting this X chest, which has the Oblivion, you don't really do any forced fights, so it's unnecessary menuing to just switch to Oathkeeper now.
And this wizard is not my biggest fan. That's okay. Wait. Okay, yeah, he's still here. He's a hater. I'm just gonna dodge roll extra far away. Oh my god. There he goes, finally. I've never seen him follow all the way up until that Oblivion chest. Oh my god.
Yeah, so the Oblivion is a Keyblade that has a lot of strength, but also takes an MP away from you. So it very strength-oriented Keyblade, which is good for fights that are a bit more resistant to magic, whereas Oathkeeper is a bit on the weaker side but gives you an MP. So better for fights that are vulnerable to it.
Dodge roll to the side, spam triangle because I want Beast to start doing some damage. Don't want to use an R's yet, even though I can. Spam triangle, please bellow, please bellow, please bellow. Just go nuts, go crazy. Getting used to that dodge roll timing is weird, and I want to R's here because it gives me iframes. Did not do that the best way to get like maximum damage from it as he's moving, but that's fine. And spam as fast as I can these combos. I wish Beast was up here with me. When he doesn't jump forward and I don't get that pattern, Beast is like still there, and when he puts his horn down, Beast can like help me do like more damage. Alright, I want to try to bring his head down here. Please damage him enough. No, that's fine. Goofy's voice is so funny.
It's great.
And he'll die here.
Nice.
Alright. Getting something? No, I don't think so. Skip this. Some tech smashing here. Yeah, that fight is, I prefer him to do, like, this attack where he, like, sort of charges up his horn with, like, light, rather than the jumping. But thankfully, you have R's with iframes. You can just do that to avoid getting hit. And there's a cutscene that's gonna play. I can't skip it, though, so I don't think we have any donations, but if there are any, it's, like, the perfect time, because I can't do anything.
No donations just now, but I can talk about some incentives that are coming up, namely the 2 incentives from Worms 2. The first one is to name the 8 worms that Ruffled Bricks will be using. Currently, we only have 2 of those names occupied, and those names are Ruffled Bricks, the runner themselves, on $15, and Scan Me, the previous donation reader, on another $5. So if you have any more naming ideas for worms, there are 6 spots open for that, or you can support Ruffled Bricks and Scan Me by adding more money to that. So that's an incentive. There's another incentive to choose which voice bank the worms will be speaking with. Your options are French, German, Angry Scots, and Swedish. And ironically, for an event in Sweden, the Swedish option has no money to it. Whereas the French option is in the lead with $208.22. So if you want to support any of those options, or maybe turn the tide in that bid war, then get your donations in. Let's keep raising money for Alzheimer Fonden. Ames and Rico, back to you.
Thank you. Yes, please keep donating. Now I'm gonna get fire upgrades, Firaga, from all of the princesses. They're thanking me for all of my heroic hard work. And I also get an Omega Arts, I believe. Oh yeah, I think, or maybe it was from the
I
Behemoth.
think that was from Behemoth, yeah.
Yeah, and that's a really strong item that I put on Sora immediately.
Yeah.
This setup is really weird. It has Oathkeeper, but an Omega Arts, and yeah, this is weird, but it's what you're supposed to do. I know I'm describing that really weirdly, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
MP gift. There we go.
yeah, Thyraga is the only tier 3 spell we get in the run. The rest of them are just too out of the way. Blizzaga and Thundaga are in like the Hades Cup in the Colosseum. Eroga is like for getting all 99 Dalmatian puppies, and I don't even know where Graviga is.
Yeah, I don't know where that is either. It's been so long since
Yeah.
I've done like 100% stuff for this game
Yeah, and then
that I want to do it soon.
Yeah, and then Stopka is in the Phantom fight, which is an optional super boss. So yeah, we just get Thyraga. Oh, Kiraga is in the library of Aerith.
Yeah, normally when I have Oathkeeper equipped, I always have like Royal Crown. This is the one time where I have Oathkeeper on, but not Royal Crown, which would give me 9 MP, and it's literally just for this Invisibles fight. It's weird, but it works. Like it's right. It feels right. I feel like I used to have, like when I was running this years ago, it was like a different setup, but once again, I'm probably remembering wrong. And it's also where we cast an arrow too to protect ourselves.
So yeah, as you can see, this is the final world, and the closer we get to it, the more the background just gets darker and darker. This is end of the world. It's kind of just a remnant of every world that the Heartless have invaded or destroyed.
These guys are really annoying, and they have their own DM where they can go invincible, and how they go in here is all the pattern. This guy goes behind. Oh, they took care of some of that. Where are you? What's going on? There we go. 2 gravities and a full combo should take care of them. Yeah.
This is the world where gravity is like your best friend. Every Heartless here is incredibly powerful. Those Invisibles, there's also a Heartless called the Angel Star. Everything's really strong.
And here I put on Oblivion, and I'm gonna fight some Angel Stars. I used to cast a stop here. Now I just like, yeah, go crazy with gravity spam. I think that's a better strat for it. I had to use a cottage too. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 on all of them twice. One combo and 2 hits to take that guy out. Oh god. Oh, maybe I can hit them both at the same time.
Nice.
Yay! It's always nice to get that.
Yeah, the Angel Stars have a lot less health than the Invisibles, but they are pretty annoying to hit. They like to fly around out of your range, and they have an attack where they just use their wings to shield themselves, and they're completely invulnerable for the whole attack.
And here, that was an elixir, and this is a cottage, I think.
Some of these chests that aims at skipping also trigger fights, so it's very specific which ones to open. There's only 3 forced fights in this section. There's a lot of optional ones.
This behemoth, like, if you don't spam this gravity immediately, it'll be invincible and it won't do any damage. But yeah, it does a little bit there. I wait for him to stomp. I spam triangles so that Goofy will gift me. I try to get these off. Hopefully he gifts me again, please. Dodge, roll forward, mash triangle, get iframes. Don't hit me, please. Yes! Oh my god, thank you, Goofy. He gave me a second gift.
Yeah, the first behemoth in Hollow Bastion is immune to gravity, but this Arch Behemoth, I believe is what this one's called, it is vulnerable to it, so it's very useful.
And now I finish him off with physical hits. You can actually kill him early, but some of like my R's hits missed there. Did I get? You can sometimes get an Omega Arts from this guy. What is this? Oh.
I think it's a...
Okay, yeah. Oops. I love this song, the Destati song. It's like my favorite in the whole series, actually. Yeah, maybe more than Simple and Clean.
Yeah, both like this End of the World, Overworld, which is a variation of Destati, and then the fight theme, Fragments of Sorrow, are both incredible songs. They actually used Fragments of Sorrow in Sora's reveal trailer for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and it's like the perfect choice.
And now that I have way more MP, I can summon Simba. I'm gonna summon him soon, and he'll have a way longer bar of like full charges.
Yeah, because we have like 9 MP at this point. I believe both party members have cheer.
Yeah, they do.
Oh yeah, so this is the world terminus. You can only skip these like world fights if you've beaten the world that they're in, or that they represent. And we did not beat Olympus Coliseum or Atlantica, so these fights are mandatory. But every other one is skippable.
Myself. All right, so for this one, there's 3 waves of enemies. If I don't do something to stun this first wave, they are going to kill me. So I do 1, 2, stop, and they're like stunned. I do a full charge to get this wave, and the second wave. And then the last wave, I'm going to dismiss Simba as soon as it's done because I want to, bring my party back ASAP, and then I can walk through here quicker. Because while Simba, is still around, I can't, walk through the gates, and he still has some charge left there.
Yeah, as long as the summon is out, the game considers you in a fight. Alright, so this is the portal to Atlantica. So this is kind of like a small snapshot of what the movement in Atlantica would be like.
Okay, those aqua tanks are scary. Sometimes I switch lock because I hear their thunder and they actually kind of hurt. So yeah. And then next up is 100 Acre Wood. This is a kind of a safe area.
Yeah, it's a save point. I believe this is an elixir. Yeah.
Yeah. Stop there. And this is the Hollow Bastion terminus or whatever, linked worlds.
Yeah, this one also gives some lore.
Okay. Alright. I'm not used to Donald doing stops. He did that stop in Halloween Town, he did that stop here, okay. Sorry, that's just surprising. No, I don't need to do that. Yeah, Ravenclaw. And then this is when I put on EXP0.
Yeah, so EXP0 is...
Oh, I forgot I was looking. Oops, that's fine.
EXP0 is the ability that they give you at the beginning of the game for the sake of doing a level 1 run. It does exactly what it sounds like. It stops you from getting experience. The purpose of it is to just be a challenge mode run. It's how the level 1 run works. But in Kingdom Hearts 1, in order to make it work and to make sure Sora's not doing chip damage, it has a thing called damage storage, where if you do a full hit combo, it scales the damage, and this carries over into magic and summons, which we're about to see in this Chernobog fight. So 1 full hit combo, and this is the first instance of Mushu.
We have an unread donation. This might be a good time.
All right, here is $25 from Pink saying, in memory of my grandmother who had Alzheimer's, and in memory of Kingdom Hearts being the first console game I ever completed myself. Thank you very much for your donation and your generosity. Back to you, Ames.
Thank you so much for that donation.
So yeah, you can see how much damage Mushu is doing. He shouldn't be doing this much, but that is the damage storage that you get with EXP0.
Try to hit that loading zone. I don't think I hit it there, which is fine. It just means that, I'm going to be really close to it, but I'll have to, hit square to go through it. Otherwise, I could just, not touch my controller and I still load through. And I'm going to give myself, Super Glide. And it's time for Final Rest, the best part of this toll run.
By far probably the scariest mob fight in the entire game.
Want to get Simba ready. After these gravities, I don't want to do a finisher too early because then he'll lower his head and that's not ideal. You can do a few bashes here. I healed Donald because I don't know why. I'm like copying like something I saw like a better runner do one time, and I think like yeah, I spam triangle here, and I hope that both Goofy and Donald help me attack. You have to be all the way over here to possibly get this blue command menu. Really being slow with it. Okay, good. Yeah, I want to be
The
careful.
window of opportunity for this pause is very small. So like the periodic pauses there were very important.
Yeah, scary.
All right, so this is like the really tough part. There's gonna be a bunch of mobs coming in.
Gonna heal myself. Gonna heal Donald.
Yeah, so after this invisible mob, Ames has to almost immediately summon Simba.
Oops. Okay, I got a decent amount off. Oh, yay! And there we go.
Nice.
God.
It was also very important that Donald and Goofy were both alive there because you cannot
Yeah.
summon when either of them is knocked out.
I hope there wasn't like one left that was still DMing my party. There's like a tiny, tiny chance there was, but like, yeah, I'm pretty sure they're dead. We'll see in like half a second.
Nope,
Oh,
both of Ames
yay!
dies.
I'm so happy! Oh my god.
Yeah, so Simba's gonna take out the rest of these mobs, and you see it's like 3 or 4 more of them. So, yeah, this is an absolutely terrifying fight to have go wrong.
Yeah, I did not want to mess this part up. Like, this was the one part I did not want to mess up. And now they're all dead, and I can go through here. My
That was
party.
very nice.
It's terrifying.
Yeah, like you can just see Simba had to take out 5 mobs by himself. Like imagine doing that without him. And if you die at any point, you have to start back at fighting the behemoth.
The last chest.
Yep. So this is the beginning of the final fights.
This is the best like final fight section in any Kingdom Hearts game. Haters will say I'm lying, but you know.
I still prefer KH2s, but this is pretty good.
No, okay, you're not a hater. Yeah, the Kingdom Hearts 2 final fights are awesome. I really like them, like the cutting through skyscrapers and stuff.
Yeah.
And now I want to get Mushu ready as I glide over.
We'll be seeing Mushu in 2 more fights, this being the first of the 2.
If he does Beyblades, I want to. And also, if you do that like finisher that makes me like go in a circle, that won't work for damage storage. So there, after I got those 2 hits off, I kind of delayed the finisher, so it was like that regular slash. Like, 'cause yeah, if it's a modified finisher, the damage like multiplier won't work. I get behind him because he's going to protect himself. He's probably going to move back a bit. He's probably going to summon more Beyblades because he did at first. And I just move right here, jump if he tries to jump, and get rid of Mushu, shoot fires because I want that orange bar. And we have an unread donation. I'm just doing a menu here to like literally give myself the like setup I had before. Let's see, Royal Crown.
Yeah, it's probably a good time for a quick donation.
Yeah, I think
All
so.
right, yes, we have a $5 donation from G Fitty saying, G Fitty here. So glad to see how far you've come, Ames. Keep it up. You're absolutely killing it.
Thank you so much, G-Fitty. My community is so sweet.
So this is Dark Side 3, kind of just call back to the very beginning of the game. But Horse makes very quick work of this fight.
I like to finish that with a Hurricane Blast, so I sort of do like 1-2 hits up until there. I gave Goofy Royal Crown, by the way, because that just gives him more capacity to MP gift me once we get to like the World of Chaos section, which is absolutely horrific. But I love that part so much. I don't want to go into the green here because it'll trigger his DM, and he's okay. What's going on? Fight back.
DM stands for Desperation, by the way. I don't think.
Oh
mentioned
yeah,
that.
sorry. I should have mentioned.
A lot of bosses have a thing where when they're at a certain threshold of health, they like let out their ultimate attack, and Ansem's is very long, so it's important to try and skip it.
Oh, really? probably gonna try to punch me or submit. He tried to punch. Spam triangle immediately for an R's, and yeah, that interrupted him being about to do a DM. Those 2 hits are free. He's gonna try to submit again, I believe. Yes, he will. 1, 2, 1, spam, 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 and he's gonna be skipped again.
Nice.
And yeah, I played it a bit safe when there was that little bit of orange left. I could have technically tried to get more aggressive, but I wanted to see what attack he would do when he backed up. I thought he would maybe bike towards me, but yeah, he did the lightning one that I hate. And this strat is such a waste of items, but I mean, it's all that we can do here.
Yeah, so this is the start of the final boss, the World of Chaos. And with damage storage, this is Mushu at home.
Yep, because I don't have my party members who use Mushu as a summon, so I'm my own Spitfire. I think that's the name of his attack, Mushu Spitfire.
Yeah, it sounds like it. These lasers also like to be quite obnoxious.
And he has an HP gate, kind of like Oogie. It's right around there. I maybe could have gotten one more in, but yeah, I prefer to be safe and not get hit by lasers again. There's these bats. I'm gonna fly out a little extra far because yeah, you really have to despawn them. They'll kill you if you don't despawn them.
They hit really hard. And they're really hard to see because they're black and the background is black.
I love how the background is like the dive to the heart, like it's all smoky.
Yeah.
I only noticed that like recently because I'm an idiot.
I only noticed that when you told me just now.
The guy just spit laughed into the mic. Okay, now I finish him off with skull hits. One more combo? Okay, one more hit. So there is a cutscene skip I can do here where I go all the way down and like I dodge roll, but I prefer to have, like MP is so important to me for this next part that I just like keep attacking him to get more. I sort of draw these shadows out and hopefully I get a counterattack. I didn't, that's fine. They're gonna jump in towards me. That's why I'm glad I have that extra MP. And
I believe if you mistime the cutscene skip as well, there's a chance that you have to do this part blind.
yeah, I feel like I don't think it like completely ruins the run, but like it goes, yeah, this whole room turns black. Like you can't see anything. You can still fight them, but yeah, I don't like that happening.
It was like more important in like the PS2 versions of the game where you can't skip cutscenes. But here it's just a couple seconds to just skip the cutscene manually. This is artillery. This is probably the single most annoying part of this entire gauntlet.
These thingies, these bigger ones, are scarier than the smaller ones. Ow. Like literally just ow. The little like orange thingies that don't hone in are oh my god. An elixir? What? Sorry,
Nice.
sorry. This is scary, I'm scared. Yeah, this part is really bad. Like I had to do that. I know that looked like so like out of the way and way too safe, but yeah, I had to.
It is extremely easy to die in
yeah. And I need to have like one blue MP for him to gift to me when I have Oblivion on, like in this setup. So I'm spamming some gravities. I want to have arrow on at the start.
Yeah, so in each of these like dark rooms, like the first one is a room of shadows and you fight by yourself. The second one is dark balls and you get goofy. And then the third one will be even stronger enemies and have Donald as well. So you're just slowly rebuilding your party.
What the hell? Okay. This is like nuts. Oh, I know what I'll do. So I want more MP, so I'm gonna use this. Oh, I was hoping that would parry that guy coming right behind me. Oh, he's gonna one-shot me or not?
Dark balls can be very annoying to hit because their movement is very erratic.
Do I have, okay, good. And next is the face fight. I have, okay, that's perfect. That works. I can work with that. Yeah. I love this fight. When I was younger, like, this really scared me, like, the look of this thing. Now I just think it's really cool.
Yeah, so the plan with this face fight is to use Ars as much as you can. And he has like an area of effect explosion attack that has to be avoided.
Goofy died pretty early there, which sad. It's rip.
Yeah, Goofy staying alive is pretty important now because of MP gift.
Now I'm gonna use my elixir. Because I got drops, I can use that elixir now.
That was I believe it was a Mega Elixir because it also healed Goofy.
Yes. I'm going to be careful here, actually. What? Okay, yeah, the artillery is being, like, so mean to me right now. Oh, I might, like, finish him off with just, like, regular physical hits. This is, like, strange. Oh, there we go. I'll still have to do a couple extra bashes or physical hits, but I would rather not, like, die.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would much prefer to not die.
Yeah.
He's pretty scary. I get stop ready here. Did I die in End of the World and World of Chaos? I don't think so. So Mushu is already... Whatever, I can check that later.
Yeah. Most of Face's attacks are telegraphed, but they happen so frequently that a lot of times you have to weave in and out.
I can only see the invisibles through their, like, eyes, their yellow eyes. Like, the dark balls and the shadows, I actually, like, could see them pretty decently well, but these guys are literally invisible.
Fitting for their name.
Oh, yes. Okay, he's DMing, that's fine. I'm gonna get arrow on, just be careful. Yeah, he's gonna DM me. If you time that dodge roll, you can avoid that damage. And I'm going to heal Donald. I don't think I have to yet. Yeah, I'll wait till the next part. But I want him to be full health after this next part, where there's this weird smiley face that I fight. Yeah, I mean, it literally does look like a smiley face, like those like smiley face like French fries that you'd get at school lunch.
Kind of does.
And we're gonna heal Donald. I have arrow.
And this next part is the last one, and it is the last time we use Mushu. So.
Yeah, so I'm going to do something a bit easier just because I died a few times earlier already. There's like a slightly faster DM skip here that you can do, but it's a bit riskier, and yeah.
I'll go.
Okay, good. Hopefully I don't die. Like sometimes if I time that dodge roll a bit off, I will, die after Mushu is done being summoned, but I think I should be okay. And I'm gonna hold square because doing this like slightly slower, easier one is gonna pull me in a bit, and I don't want to die. Please don't die. Jeez. Okay. Wait, is that a second?
1 second was an estimate.
Good lord. Thanks ESA for like letting me do this run. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone who donated. This is like the best category ever. If you watched this and you thought it looked cool, please run it. Like I was the only one grinding this for a month straight. Like please run it, and please keep donating to reach ESA's donation goal, please.
Lovely. Any other thank yous here?
Thank you, Rico, for commentating. Thank you to my friend Hugs, who accompanied me on this trip. I've never been, I've been out of the United States for, 15 years. I haven't been international traveling in a while. And thank you to my mom for helping me get this PS5. Helping me pay for it. And thank you to Miss Master One and Violin. His username used to be Violin Gamer, but he's just Violin now, which is awesome. They've done so much work on this category, and they've done tiny optimizations over time. There's even a member of the community named Game Man. He worked on like some of the Blizzard strats I was doing in Deep Jungle. He found recently, when I was grinding it last fall. And he came up with this spreadsheet of all of this these damage stats for Proud that like I have saved and I was like looking at before coming to this. And yeah, thank you just to the Kingdom Hearts community for being so amazing. Sorry, I'm like really awkward. I don't know what to say. Thank you.
Amazing, amazing, amazing speedrun. What an incredible showcase of skill here. And 1 second underestimate, so all things considered, a fantastic run. Let's give one more round of applause here to Ames and Rico for a lovely showcase. So that is going to be the end of this run, but don't go anywhere because right after this, it's going to be Plexa with Kari and Boy the Hero for Golden Sun, The Lost Age. An absolutely lovely showcase. But until then, that's going to be my donation reading shift. I'm handing over to the incredibly capable and talented Zet for the next couple of runs. But before that happens, a quick intermission, and we'll be right back.